in the Miss Heinrichs. I'm like, ooh, I don't know their last names very well.
I'm trying to keep like that level of professionality between the students.
Well, yeah, because when I was a student, I didn't know their first names.
Yeah.
Andrew, I have Samurai Heart stuck in my head.
Where's Kilo? He says he's gonna be late.
He left his house like 5 minutes before it was supposed to be here, so it could be a minute.
Well, he only lives like 10-15 minutes away, so he really should be here. But I can also... How?
What? What?
This dude.
Hello. It's
Like enough treats for people at their fall.
You
I
guys are
don't need to
amazing.
have it prepared.
Huh?
I said I think enough people have feather fall that I don't need to have it.
I did actually unprepare it because I have another spell I wanted to prepare. So
Enough Dante's
I was like, as long as Dante has it, then we're good.
Is Dante joining us?
Dante's
This is going to be the session where everyone unprepares feather fall because everyone else has it.
And we're not going to
We all die
communicate.
from fall
As the
damage.
as a cliff appears miraculously in front of the group, what would you do? This is Dante.
Hi, buddy.
Hello.
The DM, having gotten used to the entire party having feather fall, makes them fall.
I've never
They've all
used it.
unprepared
Might as well
feather
do
fall.
it now.
He's like, I'm going to check everybody's spells before this session.
I'm just saying. I always know who has counterspell. Just saying.
Ooh, it's not me.
It's always
I know.
me.
I have Sleet Storm now, though.
Sleet Storm.
Yeah.
I did think
Nice.
about getting Dispel Magic, but I don't want another third level spell.
Dispel magic. All right, friends.
Because I feel my top level spells should be sparing. So we'll see if me taking
There's
Hypnotic
a high-level
Patterns
spell
is a good
control
choice. or
weather.
not choice.
that I think I might give Mistress in hopes that literally anyone else in the party takes that one spell that automatically hits if it's a thunderstorm.
Lightning
Strike.
Lurk?
True strike.
I think it's. Mod didn't get anything fun at level 6.
I was gonna say level 6 is pretty boring for.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got some
I
good
didn't
shit.
get much.
I got.
You guys want to hear what I got?
Me.
I got another spell, another third level spell slot, and then I got Counter Charm. So as an action, I can do a performance. So I can play a song that lasts until the end of my next turn, and any friendly creatures within 30 feet of me have advantage on saving throws against being primed or charmed.
What is that one?
Counter Charm. And then the thing for my Bard College. So if a humanoid dies within 30 feet of me, I can magically capture its shadow using my reaction. And I retain the shadow until I use it or finish a long rest. And then as an action, I can use the shadow. And it like comes up on me and I'm disguised as that person.
Ooh.
And I get access to its memories.
Oh.
Ooh.
For an hour or until I end it. And so like I get all access to the information that a humanoid would freely share with a casual acquaintance. General backgrounds on its personal life. It doesn't include secrets. But it's enough information where I can pass myself along as a person by drawing on its memories. And the only way they can figure out is if they do an inside check higher than my deception, but I get a +5 bonus to my deception check. And I already have 5, so I basically get a +10 to my deception check.
Nice.
And if
If
I'm wearing
no
belt,
pants,
so if I'm wearing no pants,
boy oh boy, those
Take
boys
off
would
my
be in for a
pants.
treat.
Is there a loophole with that where like she could wear a skirt instead of pants?
no
It
pants.
has to be-
Oh, I could like lift it.
Yeah, they have to see it.
Okay, that's right.
So those are 2 things that I got with my level up.
All I
And
got.
more hit points. Thank Christ.
All I got is aura of protection. So.
You didn't get like
Still
another
nice
spell
though.
or something?
Nope.
And you got more lay hands.
Oh, I guess I did. Let me check that. It should have updated that automatically.
like,
Gosh, also
one.
30 Leons.
Holy shit.
30.
Oh yeah, because they're 5 times your level, right?
Yeah, sure enough, I have 30 Leons. I mean, because that corresponds with my stats, so makes sense.
And more
Mod
HP.
is finally no longer weak. He now is up to 58 hit points.
Ooh.
Wow, 45. I'm still weak.
That's the joke.
I'm at like 30
Survive a couple hits from Lua. Alright. Who's ready for some Dubins?
No.
Me! Well,
Or
yeah!
some what?
Do I have a mod in the group?
Oh yeah. All right, this will be a good latency test.
What do you mean?
When you call for hostile.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't get it.
Whatever. Just do.
Just do
Do we
it.
have an emperor?
Yeah.
Do we have an NDA? Ms. Dibs?
Perhaps.
Oh, do we have Melody?
Technically.
The hostel.
No, he's just
Fuck
doing it
off.
to be
Dante
funny.
kick.
I can kick him from the channel if he's gonna AFK. That's fine. Alright, friends. This
Call
is
lightning.
session.
That's
Oh.
the spell.
Mhm.
That,
If there's already a
That was
storm
close.
going on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who can do that? Probably not I.
It's like Cordy has that one.
That's
Previously.
actually not available to any of us except for her with Dimensional Secrets. Carry on.
I won't take that one.
Previously on Don't Trust Me. Arriving at Outpost 002 of the CCP labs, the group is ushered into shelter before the storm arrives, staying the night in a massive sterilized testing complex. After meeting their detainer, Dr. Larian, the group is escorted far down to a makeshift storage room where accommodations are brought to house them for the evening. As they are left to their devices, Luau reappears in the room as being an active criminal. Her presence will be concealed when staff is about. As the group sleeps for the evening, Indy reawakens in her headspace bedroom, accompanied by Stasis, the stone tree, and Silence, the translucent knight, at her bedside. A new stranger appears at her window, going by Depth, who exclaims the dangers of the storm on the outside, said to be the cause of somebody's immense anger. As the new friend leaves, Indy confronts the knight, who quietly addresses her and forces the dream to subside. As she awakens, Luau stands above her and asks her for a trip to the restroom. The trip is cut short as the two agree to secretly travel to Palegrass and confront the Jamesons. In the depth of night, they awaken the parents, where Luau nullifies the contract with the folks as Indy is forced to a room. In the morning, she converses with her mom, where she confesses to leading around the house to keep Legion officials from confronting the family on shady town dealings. According to Valerie, a hermit named Lawrence Sutherland abandoned an infant at the Jameson doorstep many years ago, where shortly afterwards, a group of Legion higher-ups confronted them with threats of detainment and corporal punishment for interference in their projects. An agreement was made to keep Indy safe at the estate, and if the family stayed silent on the situation, their affairs and town dealings would be disregarded by upper officials. Luau holds true to her end of the bargain and brings Indy back to her friend, where she disappears once again. As the group reconvenes, Cloudman brings up the absence of a different lab worker who saw after him during his stay at the outpost. When Larian reappears, the group asks about the old doctor in regards to reclaiming Cloudman's medallion. It is then discovered Dr. Island, the previous outpost runner, perished rather recently. Ember and Mistress convene to utilize the Text with Dead spell to commune with Island, where they not only learn the location of the medallion, but the reason behind her death, suicide. After the belongings are retrieved, Mod confronts Larian on the dealings of Project 36OD, which was brought to attention over his phone call with his operator. He presents a clearance code sent to him via the operator, which changes Larian's tune entirely. The group is escorted down multiple floors to a huge testing chamber said to be the location of the 36OD tests. The group is then introduced to a massive stone tree, embedded in the center of a large dark chamber with multiple frozen doctors about. The giant tree possesses the eerie ability to slow down everything exponentially as it closes in on its origin. Mistress is brought into the chamber, where in the short couple minutes to retrieve a corpse from the midst of the room, a whopping 3 hours pass on the outside. The group spends the majority of the morning clearing out clearing out the doctors, as Maud reads over the backlogs left by Island over the run of the project. It was read that a mysterious entity with the visage of a small child kept in this chamber with the same abilities as the tree. The project was designed to transfer the odd abilities of the test subject to a more willing soldier. Over the next 2 months, the Doctor collaborates with multiple Arknights in attempts to transfer the power, yet only leading to a mass casualty to all who are exposed. Near the end of the project, a brand new Sojin was created by the Obsidian Wing's lead researcher to swap souls between 2 participants. Island wishes for an Argier to be used in this experiment, but after failure to obtain, they settle for a single participant funneled by the captain himself, who manages to converse with the subject without being attacked. The logs end abruptly as Larian takes over after Island's suicide from the failure of the project. Only the stone tree is left behind from the aftermath. As the group begins to wrap up their recovery attempt, the name Flail echoes into the test room from the stone tree as Mistress is temporarily returned to full speed. The entity cries, thick streams of black tears as Mott confronts it. After promising to fix the results of these experiments, the tree mutters, "Save us," before the effects of the slow reactivate, and the duo are pulled from the room. That is where we left off. Are there any questions? I know it's a lot.
That was like the longest session summary I think we've had so far.
That's
a
the
lot.
problem with lore sessions, is that
It was a lot.
important info needs to be rehashed. But yeah! I'll post it.
Sweet.
There's a thick sode.
A thick so.
Thick sewed.
Sure it is. Alright, gang. On gang, what's the plan?
Mod had
if
just
we would
asked,
lead off, you would
just asked Larian to get Mod the name of the test subject who was confronting the entity and became the tree.
From there, Larian says, yes, I'd be willing to look that up. I'd have to go to my main office to see if I can recover the records that the captain sent over. She was, this prisoner was sent over from the captain technically as a prisoner of the estate, so we didn't collect too much information on her at the time, sadly. But we'd be more than happy to. So like I said, I wasn't forerunning the project, and I wish I had more details readily available. But honestly, this is strides more than I was expecting to get out of this thing. I thought we were dead in the water.
What made her so different that she could communicate with this?
According to the logs, she seemed to understand it, and the creature saw her as a friend. I don't know, there was some sort of mutterings ahead of time. It was almost as if the person talking to Subject 36 knew how to address it, knew its name even. Which was more than we ever had, more than we were expecting to get from this, but that's all it took.
Did we get the name of the thing from the logs, like the name of the original the girl?
Of the subject?
Yes.
Yeah, emoted.
Emoted, okay.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
I'll post that as well.
Okay.
So yeah, that was the names that, or that was at least the term that this participant used when addressing Subject 36. And, well, 36 is dead, and all we're left with is this tree. Strange. But this is definitely something I can add to the logs, so I thank you guys for coming out. Let me go, if you don't mind waiting around a little longer, I can check my logs and see if I can locate the names for you.
Yeah, please do.
At this point, Larian kind of brings you guys, was like, gestures like, you guys want to stay in here or you want to wait outside? Larian looks physically kind of unsettled by the entity that's in the room here and doesn't really like being close to it. And so it's just kind of offered that, just like, you guys want to not be in here? Because I don't want to be in here.
What do you guys think?
I'm ready to leave.
I was gonna say I was gonna come up.
I don't know what else we can do.
We managed to recover at least 3 of the soldier doctors that were in there. There might be more behind the tree, but it's at this point too risky. One of the effects from the log stated that, like, once you get within like the 3 to 1 meter range of it, the stasis effect starts affecting sporadic parts in the area, possibly getting to the point where it can slow down or speed up different organs at different times in your body, which is probably how most of these people succumb.
How long have we been here, roughly? So
Well, you stayed the night, and then you've been here. It's a little. You guys woke up relatively early. It's probably around 1, maybe 2 p.m. because of all the time it took. Basically, just in the time span of Larian clicking the button to teleport Maud and Mistress out, it took multiple hours for the teleporter to activate because of the stasis was affecting it. So even then, like, just within the split second of the effect turning on took that long to even get the teleporter to function. But yeah, it's mid-afternoon at this point. Larry would leave this chamber here and rush off to her affairs, going to a different floor to see if she can fetch the logs that you were looking for. You guys say anything during this time? Clydeman's in the room with you as well. Lua's invisible. You don't know if she's in here or not.
Right. I think in this circumstance, like Maud would just be like just silent, like trying not to lose his cool and like fearing the worst.
And we didn't hear what Maud heard, right?
You did.
Oh,
Spoke
we
out loud.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if at that point time was dilated, so it would be like incomprehensible.
At that time had completely gone back to normal.
Okay.
Once the tree started talking
Okay.
and the tears began.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you would have been able to hear it for sure.
Okay. I don't think I would ask him about it
Well,
here anyway.
Cloudman is not the same.
Ha!
Did you know something about this, Mr. Maldman? I do not like this creature.
If I do know anything about this, it's not what I once knew. I hope against hope that whoever the test subject was who is now trapped inside this thing is not who I think it is.
Well, do not worry because the best things happens. We just don't always know when.
I mean, I don't. In this circumstance, I don't really see any good that can come of this.
About 5 to 10 minutes pass here before Larry once again opens the door. After rushing around the labs, she comes back in the room and is like, I got some interesting news. I went to the logs that I carry, that I keep shared with the Brave Mind interface, the files that most of these been kept in, and almost any logs at all containing information on this individual are gone. It's almost like they were never here. And I contacted Brave Mind personally to see if we could find a backup as well, and my operator couldn't confirm any sort of records on it.
So, I mean, you had mentioned that this was a prisoner that the captain had personally brought in. Is there no way to get in touch with the captain?
The captain doesn't stay in one place. We'd have to get in touch with a subordinate, with one of the knights. That's our best bet if we want direct contact. Captain, as far as I know, is beginning plans for a mission, so I'm not even sure if I'd be able to get in touch with him anytime soon.
What's the name of the captain who brought her in?
Myriad.
It
Captain
was
Myriad.
Myriad.
That's
Okay,
the Legion runner.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for looking.
That's fine. Maybe I can contact them again. My normal operator's apparently not in business right now, so maybe once they get back from their break, I'll be able to ask them.
And I know that you You had said that for now your experiments with this thing are at a standstill after what happened to Island and the soul conversion, but
I was convinced. Yeah, I was convinced this tree was too dangerous to ever even attempt anything else with again. So we had all but, after our funds had been cut off from the main branches, we had all but started evacuating the rest of Goldwing back to their original base. There's only a handful of us left here, and we're just kind of wrapping up.
once you're done with your work here, what do you? Is there any plans to dispose of this, or
We can't
what?
get close to it. How are we supposed to do that?
I don't know.
We'll figure something out. Clearly, there's more to be learned from this than we thought, so if there's any way we can recreate the effects of what you've done now, maybe there's another chance of relocating. Maybe there's a chance of communicating. It shows life, clearly. Maybe we can talk with it. I just don't have no idea how. I wish Island was still here. This is so inconvenient for us.
If there's any way that you can save this thing's soul, then, and that'd be great. But if there's not, then you should do whatever you can to kill it, because I have a feeling that whatever is in there is still fully alive and fully aware.
If this is any worse than the monster that Subject 36 was, then honestly I can't wait to get this thing out of my outpost. So yeah, sorry I couldn't have been more help.
It's okay. Thank you for your time.
It's getting much later than I expected. Me and the rest of the remaining members here have a lot more business to do for the rest of the day. We would be happy to bring you back to your ATV, so you'd be able to travel on your own. We also do have armored vehicles as well. We'd be able to drive you guys outside of the Strip and into the California districts if you need it. We do have a couple men I'd be able to spare. If not, if you guys want to travel at your own devices, that's entirely up to you.
Sounds like it would be very helpful.
I'd be
Yeah,
more than
I
happy
agree.
to acquire a couple. That wouldn't be anything you get to keep, and so you'd have to, of course, find a vehicle for once you get dropped off. But that's that. That's a lot that I can offer right now. Wish we had more people.
No, that'll be fine. Thank you.
Okay. As long as, well, we have gotten what we have come for. I believe I have all of my things.
Is Larian still here, or is
Larian's just, in the room. I mean, she's ready to escort you guys to the garage.
I'd like to take Ember aside if there's any space here that we can do it.
In theory, yeah, if you wanted to aside yourself in this situation.
Yeah, I'll say to Larian. I want to discuss something with my colleague here. If you can just excuse us for a moment.
That's fine. I can be back in a few minutes. You guys need me to pick up some canteens for you for the way. I don't know how long you guys have been without water. I'll go get some refreshments.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Larian leaves.
Ember, is there anything that when you were talking with Island, did you learn anything in addition to what we've already learned here?
Let me pull up my chat again. She says that she pulls out her tablet. Island just told me where to find their belongings. It's a her, right?
Island's a girl,
Yeah.
yes.
And what room. And then she told me that she killed herself. And why.
Would we? I know we've asked Island a lot of questions. Would we be able to send her one more message? Do you think?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to ask her. And I'll use my own spell slot for this.
Okay.
I'll use one of my second level spell slots just because I don't have any access to many spells there.
Okay.
But I'll ask, what is the name of the test subject who spoke with Indiga? Sorry.
Myriad?
No, what is the name of the girl? I forgot again.
Emoden.
Okay.
Yes.
Why did I get it? Yeah. What's the name of the person the subject who spoke with Emoden, and is there any way that we can save or perhaps even kill whoever is trapped in the tree?
Do you want me to copy and paste those to you, Andrew?
Yeah, if you want to type it in your little message here, just so I can respond properly to it. Okay. As you send this message, a little loading bar appears next to Island's name, as though it's trying to connect, trying to reach out to her. Okay, and it stays.
Okay.
It takes a little bit longer though for the name to reappear.
Yeah, we've got
You're able to send a message out there. It begins, a message begins to generate on the screen. Sorry.
I would pull it over to you to show
Yeah,
you.
that's good. Okay. No new information there,
Kind
unfortunately.
of seems like she never really talked specifically to the
Yeah.
patient, treated her just kind of like a behind the glass kind of situation.
Yeah.
Other detainers probably dealt with her more.
And there's no other names that show up on in the tablet for this at this point.
There are now. There are hundreds.
Holy
Oh.
shit.
Lots of names.
Yeah.
Right.
That you're close to this room.
Yeah. Can you search through your names and see if you find the name Ballista?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Searching through your list of names in these logs here, you come to the realization, like, this is fairly organized in a way that you'd be able to sort stuff. The name is not there, which could mean two things. The recipient is not nearby, or the recipient is still alive.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Might be a good sign.
I'm more scared if what happened to her is what happened to her, then I'm more scared of her being alive than being dead. But we've done all we can here, and this just feels like it feels like I've run into this massive brick wall where I thought I was so close to getting some answers or some closure, and it's just this tree, and I don't know what it means, and I don't know how to deal with it or what kind of answers it can give me. All I'm left with is with ambiguity and just more questions. So I guess we'll just go.
I would like to also, if I could, on my tablet, take a screenshot of all of the names that I can.
Ooh, it's fun.
Yeah, you can do that.
So we have them to refer back to.
So you'll be able to say those aside.
Yeah.
You would notice after taking the screenshot now, Island's name is no longer there.
Oh, interesting.
It went through a loading period and is simply gone now.
Okay. Alan's like, bitch, this is Snapchat. You can't take screenshots. I'm out of here.
It's a tablet.
Yeah. You can run Snapchat on a tablet.
It's not Snapchat. Any device can screenshot.
Yeah.
I know she's mad. She's like, it told me.
These are fresh, by the way. I baked them like an
Yeah,
hour.
that was delicious.
Bake.
I'm glad
Bake.
you.
Kyle, you want to play Guess the Skittle or M&M?
Yeah. Want to play Skittle or M&M?
Are there peanut M&Ms in there?
Oh shit!
Oh.
Kyle,
Then I
allergic to peanuts.
Kyle is. I will play for Kyle.
There are peanut butter M&Ms.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I will play. For
Oh,
that
I didn't
seems
think about that.
unsafe.
It might work.
That
Pe-
might
Peanut
count.
butter implies the existence of peanut.
Hey,
Want
Kyle,
to
you
play
want to die
M&M
tonight?
roulette?
No.
That's the word.
Okay, when you said
I forgot to tell-
TPK tonight,
I
I
forgot
didn't
to tell
realize
you.
you were like poisoning our actual character.
I forgot to tell you, one of those cookies is poisonous, but it'll probably be fine.
Let's go.
I'll probably fine. I'll die.
I would play if I were there.
Yeah. Hostile, do you want a cookie?
Yeah.
Just shove it into the
Yeah,
camera.
shove it into the
Here,
camera.
here
Open
you
your
go.
mouth.
Here you go.
Open your mouth, chosen one.
This will play wonderful on the recording.
This will play Wonderwall.
I'm horrified.
So will Melody.
The joke is they're all M&Ms, by the way.
I don't know. That one was definitely a Skittle.
What?
I was hoping you'd look shocked. Boss music.
It was
starts
also
playing.
covered in peanut butter, which was a little confusing. But
No shell. It was just a peanut butter covered Skittle. It was great. I don't know why I grabbed that one.
it was really sticky.
God's dead.
I think I'll do that when I get home.
Let me know
Don't.
how it goes.
Don't do
Cover-
that.
Cover a bunch of Skittles in peanut butter.
Yeah, you could just put like the spoon in the thing and then just roll them in Skittles.
After the conversation subsides here, Larian comes back with a couple like plastic thermoses and hands them everyone here. It's like, this is I don't know, depending on if you guys are just driving with us, at least something that'll tide you over food wise, a little soup we put together here to keep us going. Other than that, I think it's best that we start leaving, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah. Let's roll out.
Okay. Is at this point, Larian brings you guys out of the test chamber, and there are a couple other members, the same members that escorted you guys to the storage room the previous evening. You guys are backtracked through the laboratories and out through this large garage area where there are these multiple kind of like beetle-like little buggies that kind of have like
buggies.
had like the scale ridging over it in the metal place that kind of like what's the convertible style like pull up like unfold to like reveal the cockpit of this vehicle and the passenger seats, and so you guys would be able to load in. There would be two of them. You would have to split up into two groups for these buggies.
Great.
Do you guys have preference on who wants to be with who?
Squishy people with me.
Squish them.
Okay, so the wizards,
The whips.
and then I guess Hostile Indy and I. Any other?
I will ride with Maud, man.
I don't think you're squishy.
I thought. What does that mean?
I poke his stomach. Is it squishy or is it abs?
No, that's not abs.
He's got a jelly belly.
Thanks.
It's not jelly. It's just
It's just a normal ass tongue.
touch me.
Normal ass
I
time.
did not ask for this.
I really expect you to have like a six pack.
I'm all sad now. Maybe I should go find a six-pack in the forest.
Do some sit-ups.
Give me a 6-pack while you're out.
Nice.
Is that like a
Beer.
Yeah,
He
Closet,
looks like- he
go
looks
with the
hostile
mod.
and mistress, help.
Indy is self-deprecating regarding her alcoholism. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I have been there. All
That's where I
right.
thrive.
Cloudman takes a good look at his dying here. Just gives himself self-assured nod. It's like, we're ready to end this, everyone. Let this go.
We just have one more stop, right?
Well, I mean, we could always stop by Vegas. I wanted to go there, but I was in a rush.
I mean, do you have any? How urgent is this?
I would like to get there as soon as possible, but at the end of the day, I wish we had spent more time having fun rather than causing chaos.
Yeah, well.
Well,
Maybe we could find a fun place to have a joyous romples in New Atlanta.
Sure.
Perhaps our journey is not quite over yet. Maybe we have 1 or 2 more excursions we could go on. I have never been spelunking, and all of a sudden we are fighting a giant ant creature. I have never been sand diving, and now we are sanding in the wait. Looks at Mistress.
Sandy?
Could we go?
Let's
I'd like that.
yeah, let's wherever we go. I could use a little fun to distract me from my own thoughts.
I just hug Maud.
You know what? That was a little depressing. I will drive with Melody now.
No, you need to come
Get
with
in the,
us
get
because
in the
we
party
have
van.
we need somebody who is a little more tactical with stealth, and Indy's in the other one.
Gee, Melody man, that must be a warm seat on your side. Is it okay if I drive with you?
Yeah.
Sorry, Indy man, you have to switch.
Okay.
No, and you
No.
can still come with us.
We're all going to the same place. I feel like
I mean,
this is fair.
It's true.
He'll lock my arm with Indy.
This is a
I
little
am
too
stuck.
maybe this is a little too sexy for me. I should go with Modman.
I turn to Cloudman and say I would actually like to talk with you about something on our journey.
Okay, but
If
may
you-
I insist that we switch a wizard off then? Because I really want to hang out with Chrisman too.
No, the hostel's with us.
Why? I want to hang out with
Because
Chrisman.
I
I've
already-
not finished teaching him my language.
I already called dibs.
Okay, is that okay, Chrisman? Maybe I teach you somewhere else.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that was okay.
That was like really shrill for some reason.
What did you say, hostile?
Okay.
Okay.
That wasn't words.
It was
Very well. I will stay with you, Mothman. But just know this. I will remember this.
What? I just want to
It's
have
not a bad thing. I like remembering things.
Oh, boy.
Telltale game.
It's
Cloudman will remember
this.
Mistress will put a hand on Cloudman's shoulder
Ooh.
and just say, "You've chosen wisely."
Wait,
and
am I with you?
Get in the car.
Yes.
Melody man, can I drive with you?
Let's just
Mrs. Man is afraiding me.
let's just go.
I'm afraiding of her.
Let's just go.
Okay, I'm sorry. Man loads up into the vehicle with you guys there.
We'll leave a spare place on the seat next to me for Lua.
As you guys load into the car here, it takes a couple moments, but as the van is about to be as the convertible part of this beetle buggy starts to close up, you feel a slight, a little dusting of the seat next to you
And is that in there?
in their car.
I go for a wet willy. Just guessing where her ear
Make
is
an
gonna
attack
be.
roll.
Oh, I would think that would be a sleight of hand. Oh.
No,
With
wet
what
willies are- Make it with
modifiers?
disadvantage with your attack.
I was gonna say with disadvantage for sure.
Dexterity.
Like, holy
Wet
shit.
willies are absolutely
Add your,
attacks.
roll a d20, add your dexterity.
Okay.
You're choosing violence.
Okay.
Disadvantage.
7.
If somebody were to give me a wet willy.
Sweetheart, do you have
I would
any
give you
idea
that
where your
no
hands are?
That makes sense.
Do I have any idea what it is?
Stop touching me, please.
Just
like nervous. Like,
You're kind of a cold breath, flash by your face as this happens, oh.
well, it's creepy.
About to poke
how
you.
am I supposed to know that someone's next to me? I was just putting my hands up.
Imagine it's like
Just getting comfortable.
you just tried to wet willy Ted Bundy, basically.
Everybody turns and eats you.
Bites my ear
Lua
off.
eats you.
Oh,
Belly just kind of
Christ.
popsicle disappears.
Gross.
Anyway,
You know the snake?
it's this part, you guys sitting inside of these vehicles here, the front part of the windshield side of this vehicle becomes translucent, as well as several different windows along the edges of this beetle.
What is this, the mermaid mobile? Merman mobile?
It's like a freaking scarab.
What's it called?
Shut up.
Mermobile?
No.
Mermaid and Barnacle Boy. What's that?
Batmobile.
No.
No.
It was the Mermaid
The
Mobile.
invisible boatmobile.
The Invisible Boatmobile, that's it.
What is it? The Invisible Boatmobile?
No.
No, Boatmobile is just what they called all their vehicles.
That's
This
true.
one's the invisible.
That was the invisible. This
Yeah.
is the worst tangent.
That would be. It'd be like one. It would be like Wonder Woman calling the invisible jet, the invisible plane.
God is dead. Okay. So, as these parts of the car become translucent to be able to see out of from both like the side views and the windshield, the big garage portion of this begins to open. It's the opposite one from which you guys went. It's the other side of the garage that signifies kind of opening up to go in the opposite direction. As the garage opens up, though, something rather unsettling is visible. Can I get a perception check from everyone?
I suppose,
Where did it go?
but only because you asked
Wow.
really nicely.
He didn't ask that
It
nicely.
was pretty nice. He didn't use please, but it was a pleasant
17.
request.
Can I borrow a dice?
It's a 7.
Mine disappeared.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here.
That's like a 30-sided die.
That's a 7, my dude.
What'd you
You
get?
like
Caleb?
an entire set.
17.
I got the same. Yeah, I rolled the same. I got like 7.
I have the rest of my set. I just need to.
What if it's not Dante's dice, but it's the fact that he always rolls right there? What if
No,
that's-
he rolls just as shitty at Dylan's.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was gonna say maybe it's that spot that's cursed.
Once.
No, it's just me. I rolled a 2.
Naturally.
Of course, same.
Wow.
1 second, let me. Hold on.
Oh,
Okay, I get a plus 0, so a 2.
Found it. Thank you.
natural 2.
We see nothing apparently.
I got a 17.
What'd you get? Oh, you did.
Good
Okay,
job.
I thought that everybody
What
rolled
was
low.
that?
Don't worry about it. It's the desert.
It was
Desert.
not a desert.
What?
That's just not a desert.
What happened?
The
It was
desert.
It's
your, your background
Some
show for a
gay shit
second.
show up.
Yeah, some gay shit.
Yeah, that's me.
Geishas.
Why
Yeah,
are we here?
some geishas.
Just to suffer.
Here for some.
What did we get? 5?
17.
Oh my god.
Ooh!
Once the garage opens up here, something that wasn't necessarily there in the vast open desert before when you guys were being brought in. You see a series of just oblong, misshapen boulders just strewn throughout the desert.
Oh.
Melody, getting a particularly good look over the shoulder of the driver here, sees one that's closest here and is able to put a little bit of knowledge to it here of what it could possibly resemble, and it's not a boulder. It's like a giant nautilus.
It's a rock.
It's a rock.
What is a nautilus?
Big seashell, like kind of like
Ooh.
well, like a big mollusk shell, sort of.
I
kind of.
lean
It's
over.
the nautilus, like the one that has like the swirls and whatnot, and then ends in the opening, kind of like a conch, but it's more the swirl.
I lean over Lua and press my face to the window to look at it a little bit closer.
Get the fuck away from me.
No, do you
Your own
see that?
window.
Do you see that?
Yes, I see them.
'Cause I like to picture him in the middle between her and Indy.
There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Front, right, back left, back right. That's how it
That's
is.
less funny. Fine.
It's like, why are you leaning over me? Stop.
Because it's on your side.
It's not. It's in front of us, you imbecile.
Yes, and Andrew.
I'm looking. I can see.
I pointed out. Guys, look.
Rocks!
It's like a
the
giant
guys in that
shell.
car have no idea.
Yeah, no,
like,
we
Yeah.
damn,
It's like a
I didn't know
giant
there was
shell.
someone that, it basically looks like the storm threw a bunch of rocks.
I'll
throughout the desert.
text Maud and I'll be like, do you see the giant shell? And then I send him a picture.
Once pointing it out, because it's a little bit more clear, everyone, they're all like this.
Hmm.
These aren't rocks. They're giant nautilus shells.
Oh my god, they're giant hermit crabs wandering around.
As this happens, the driver kind of
Yeah, I asked
shudders
the
a bit.
guide. Yeah.
The guy's like, oh man, alright, we're gonna have to travel through here pretty slowly. Doesn't look like the swarm has quite subsided yet.
The swarm of what?
These are vonulid husks.
I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound good.
You would know Vonulids are the reason you guys have needed to avoid the storms. These are the creatures, the giant
Yeah.
sand creatures,
I
like
would've
the sand
been-
fleas that have been
I would have been surprised if
Swarming
we.
spreading the desertification of the strip and whatnot.
Yeah.
Great.
Nope, nope, nope.
Normally they go back underground around this time, but I don't know. The strip's been getting a lot of earthquakes lately, so it's probably keeping them from going underground. It's fine as long as we drive slowly. If not, I'm sure we can outrun them. And so basically at that point, yeah, the van begins to pull into from first to second. You guys start to begin a crawl as you transition from the sheet metal of the garage floor to the sand of the strip. As the two cars basically kind of driving parallel to each other here, being slowly navigate through the swarm of violets, or whether they're alive or dead is completely unknown. There are multiple different colors. Some of them seem very vibrant and painted. Others seem like the exact same hue of the desert sand itself, or stone-like, like lifeless. Looking into the husks of many of these, are any of you guys observing these as you go by?
Yeah,
Just
we're
kinda
looking
sticking to yourself. If you want to give me a perception as you go by, anyone who wants to know a little bit more about it.
There we go, dirty 20.
Okay.
14.
16.
What kind of triple set?
What are we rolling?
Just perception.
Yeah,
Either
we're rolling
perception.
perception.
Or nature, whichever one.
13, I think.
A nature would help you kind of know more about them. The perception would.
I'm gonna do nature.
Okay. Andy, you'd be able to see from the majority of the ones that you pass by here, completely when you're looking into the kind of the whole end of these nautilus shells are, as far as you can tell, hollow. Either that or whatever's in there is so far in that you can't see it.
Okay.
You and Maud, you spot at least one, however, with a series of tendrils hanging out the front of it. They look like dark blue hands.
Oh.
And at least like a series of like 10 to 15 just kind of strewn out on the ground, just kind of licking the sand.
I point this out to the driver.
I'm aware. I will detour. We don't want to go towards the ones that are actively sniffing. At this point, he kind of radios into the other truck. You guys would hear a series of beeps, and the car's like, okay, we need to begin traveling more to the south here to try to avoid the ones that are more active. Traveling further towards the west here, these shells become less and less defined and available in the landscape around you. It's almost like they were waiting outside of an encampment that wasn't supposed to be there. Like this was clearly an alien structure, and a lot of these were left behind to just kind of wait out and see. Is there any specific conversation you guys want to have as you drive by, or you just want to get out of here? Like, you guys aren't technically driving the vehicle, so it's not necessarily
Right,
like you
we don't have
worry
to-
about it.
Do we have to worry about like our own like noise levels, like when we talk?
I suppose if you guys did have any conversation, some words were exchanged at the time. If you do want whoever talks during this, especially maybe Melody, maybe Indy communicating the tendrils, want to roll a stealth check. You don't necessarily know how that would affect.
Yeah.
Real fast.
What's
Who was
up?
in the vehicle with me?
Oh, it's a
What did you
7 on
say?
that one. Okay.
Who was in the vehicle with me?
Okay, you have Indy and Melody and Lua with you.
Okay. Cool.
My stealth is 9.
I got a 12.
12.
Ja.
As you begin to communicate this information over to your car mates like Melody and whatnot, you notice several of the hands begin to twitch violently, like little antennas or divination rods or whatnot, just kind of detecting something, just like
Great.
So it's sensitive. It doesn't rely on sight.
Yeah.
But you guys get out of the area here to a point where there's hardly any of these shells, and it seems like the drivers are beginning to pick up speed again.
Okay.
Not necessarily too worried about the tremor sense from this distance.
Gotcha.
As speed begins to pick up again, however, there is an ever so slight rumbling coming from the back direction from you here.
Oh, so bad.
Those who look behind in their vans here would see what appears to be a dust cloud from the outpost area here. Has anybody here, well here, this is the last perception check I'm going to give everybody. 7.
Nat 20.
Woo!
You did? Nice.
23.
Nothing for me.
Kyle, have you played Legend of Zelda?
Yeah.
You know about the Gorons and how they travel around?
Yeah, they roll.
As you spy from the back here, what can only be noticed as basically like the pinwheel skeletons from Dark Souls, but like these giant barrel
Oh,
dragons.
God.
Basically, huge husks spinning and rolling through the desert.
I picture like the droidicas from Star Wars.
But they're more like bouncing and turning up sand and actively churning and throwing sand into the air as they go. It's like the cup side where the Nautilus gaze is the side that's rolling upwards and throwing sand into the air.
Jeez.
And it's causing a big plume of sand and dirt from the direction you guys were coming in here.
Wow.
The majority of the people here also would see the storm cloud as well, not necessarily a series of bouncing shells. But Kyle would know, or Maud would know, they are heading in this direction.
Do they look? How fast are they moving? Are they gaining?
They're still quite a ways behind. Like,
Okay.
it's just barely visible for you. You just barely are able to see it.
Okay. I mean, the driver did say that we'd probably be able to outrun them if we got their attention.
At this point, the driver looks back and sees his wheels like, oh my god. Oh, what are they doing?
Oh no.
He radios up. It's like, emergency, the swarm. We gotta decide now if we want to floor it or if we want to stop and let them pass over us. We don't know if they're coming after us or not, but we can always risk it. These guys get pretty fast, and I have no idea how many there are. And this radio message comes over to the other car here, and it's like, we can see what we want to risk. At this point, the driver looks back. It's like, we got a bit of a problem. Some stray vinulids seem to have either started their trek in this direction or caught something that we did during this time. These characters are extremely reactive to movement and sound. There's a high chance we can buckle our cars down and embed them into the sand and they pass right over us. Or we can try to outrun them. Do you guys have any valid inputs? It's your risk.
I mean, what you have experience dealing with these things. What do you think is our better option?
I don't have experience dealing with these.
Oh.
I stay in the outpost and I don't normally see these during the day. I'm honestly not sure what I'm supposed to do right now, but this seems like the best options. You see kind of a panic on Guy's face right now as he got this message back from him. He's like, what are we gonna do?
Well, my thought here is we could try to outrun them, but we have the potential to. We could we could try to outrun them, but if we keep going and we make a lot of noise, we could end up attracting more and even attracting the swarm to us. Whereas if we lay low and just let them roll over us, then I mean that to me feels like the safer option. But I'm up to anybody else's input.
Well, I mean, like, how would we hide? Like,
Well, we wouldn't hide per se. We would, from what I'm understanding, we would stop the vehicles and
See, they detect tremors around them. They follow what they can feel. If we're not moving and these cars can anchor into the desert during storms and emergencies, there's a chance they'll simply go right over us.
right. Because they won't see us if we're not making any noise.
That sounds like the wisest option to me.
But it's risky. If one of them does detect us, then we're sitting ducks.
We just have to all be completely silent.
But I mean, we can outrun these guys if we start going now.
I could also
We need to.
cast pass
Then
without
start
trace.
going now.
Well, I need. Should I go? I got
Go.
these things here. The guys.
Oh my God,
Mistress
Mistress.
will cast command and say,
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Well, we're in the car behind. So.
The car behind you, see the car in front of you, just a plume of dust appear in front of you for this car, and it just begins racing forward through the sand.
All right, here we go.
As the
Yes,
driver
we're
behind,
going.
like, we're going, guys. We gotta go now.
Ah!
As you turn around, and the dust cloud already takes up the entirety of the windshield.
Oh my God.
Behind you.
Oh my God.
The people who didn't roll the nat 20 at this point sees basically these at least 15 to 20 foot nautilus shells bouncing and driving
God,
their
they're so
sand.
huge.
I'm horrified.
Basically leaving these craters as they kind of collide into the ground, like giant Gorons, basically,
Wow.
from the series here.
it seems like when one is told we can survive, but only if you make the decision now.
Gotta
you
go
don't
now.
stop to think.
Then do it.
Yeah. Would you mind if I grab a beverage?
Yes.
You would mind? Okay.
Don't fucking do it.
May I have one as well?
Yeah, let me see what I got.
Oh, yay.
What would you like, Sheep?
I do have Sprite and Coca-Cola. I only have one Sprite and
There's a
two
there's a
Coca-Colas.
couple-
I wish I had more, I'm sorry.
I will take whatever liquid your hand hits first.
There are beers in here too.
Yeah.
If you need
If
one.
anybody doesn't mind me taking a beer.
If you want one of mine, they're in the door.
The Rattlers.
Yes, I'm willing to start with those because I have multiple. They kind of have like a cherry limeade thing going on. They're very
it looks
good.
really good. I might try that.
I'll take one.
Sure. Yeah, I'll let you grab because I don't like the pressure of having to choose for you.
I hear there is soda over there as well.
There is a
Cocaine.
Coca-Cola and a Sprite, and if you want.
More of a cocaine.
Sprite.
Por favor.
Poor favor.
Not meant to bend that way.
Yeah, you just with a little practice it could.
For those who weren't looking at me, the human body was definitely
Goodbye,
cemented that way.
What did I do?
Goodbye.
What did I do?
He's saying good butt.
Oh, I thought you said good. I thought you said good luck. I was
I
like,
thought so too.
what did I hear that luck on? Thank you, boo. Mwah.
Guess I should be a bitch.
Oh.
Okay, as the cars begin to speed off now, driving at max here, their speed can get up to in this desert, and the rough, rugged terrain here is around 40 miles an hour here. Once they get to the speed here, it seems to be that the creatures behind here are for the most part coasting, and it looks for moments that they're just barely not going as fast until as they start treading behind, you see the tentacles begin to spurt out.
Gross.
Grab at the ground as they span like
Yucky.
giant like shuriken, just kind of clawing the ground as they spin around
Oh, it's
here.
yucky. I don't like it.
And they start gaining on the vans. And so at this point it's like, they're gonna catch us quick, guys. Is there anything we can do to slow them down?
There might be something we can do to slow them down. I need to check a range real quick before
I could
we.
do hypnotic pattern.
Did we make that slider?
How far behind are?
They're about 50 feet behind you right now.
Okay,
All
so
5 of them.
I want to cast grease behind the second car in line.
Nice.
Alright, and going about, well, at this point they've caught up and are going parallel. These are the 2 cars right now.
Okay.
Where are they at? Like, how big of a space do they take up?
It's about a 20-foot space, like little cube here. Each of these.
Okay,
about-
so they're all in a concurrent 20-foot cube.
No, this is them.
Oh.
But each of
Then
the
I'm gonna
kids
just
have-
cast grease right in front of the middle one.
You're gonna go for grease?
Yep.
And this is kind of like a skill check thing here. So yeah, feel free to make specific checks or do spells and whatnot to see if you can like lose.
So, grease requires a DC 15 dex save or the creature falls prone. So,
Okay, so as you spurt out a stream of grease out onto the ground here, these creatures are bouncing and whatnot. I'm going to go ahead and do a bit of a luck roll to see if it lands on it here. Okay. And what's the dexterity check?
DC 15.
Okay, a DC 15. Okay. Natural 1. As you, mistress, at this point, the guards in the caravan here are like, all right, we need something to do. They're gonna catch up to us quick. This isn't good. One of the guys, for you, as you raise up, he presses a button and the canopy opens up for this. The whole beetle head. So basically, just kind of like a buggy with no walls around you here, rolling as it's exposed. Mistress gets up and throws this massive pile of grease that just kind of streaks out across the desert floor here. And as this one in the center here goes spiraling through the air with its tendrils kind of flailing in a vertical blade, lands directly in the path here and goes from perfectly vertical to and starts spinning like a Beyblade along the side of it here.
That's
And as it does, these tendrils are kind of licking and like swirling the sand around like a whirlpool as they
So you
wildly
did this
start
one?
scratching and crawling on the ground.
That is
This
a
guy's
completely
knocked.
different kind of horrible.
This guy's knocked prone, and they're
Which car are we in?
Let's say this is the wizard car, and this is the and this is the other
Okay.
car.
I want to cast Hypnotic Pattern on this one.
Hypnotic pattern.
Yeah, that's a DC 15 Wisdom save.
Okay. 15.
And so I want to ask them to open the top of our car.
Okay, they do it as well. The guy clicks in. It's the same thing. You guys are all of a sudden, all four seats are exposed as the entire carapace of this metal shelled car fully collapses upwards,
Okay.
and you guys are exposed to the sands that are blowing now.
I look to Lua and I say, hold on to me, don't let me fall out. And I stand up in my seat.
You feel a grasp on basically like the loop of your ass here. As she almost exposes your entire butt.
I
holding
turn
it
my
out
guitar
here.
and I just start like aggressively playing a song and like
Part
and
that.
music notes, like colorful music notes start like going in the air and swirling, and it just kind of like swirls around this one, like just kind of encompassing its entire vision. So it's DC 15 Wisdom save.
15?
Yes.
Okay, with wisdom, 15 wisdom save. Fails.
Yes. Okay. It has a speed of 0. It's charmed for a minute. And so it can't move or do anything.
A full minute.
A full.
Okay, so yeah, as this one
minute.
basically hits the ground, like all of
Charmed,
the
bitch.
tendrils that are coming out from multiple portions of the shell, just kind of bursting at the seams, kind of like flex outwards like a spiked urchin and suck back in, and it sticks into the ground like a dart, and basically disappears behind the dust.
Yeah.
And
and
goes
it's
offwards this way.
A bunch of because its speed is 0, so it just can't do
Okay.
anything.
A couple people, the ones that are bouncing, are moving closer.
Really very useful.
As they start bouncing, the cars are having a hard time keeping up the max speed with the dunes and whatnot that are going on here. The ones that are bouncing are definitely getting closer. This one right here is still kind of spinning and has stayed behind, if anything, a little bit further behind. It's not necessarily taking out, but it is not moving. So it's getting overtaken very fast.
I have a question.
What's up?
It's kind of like a crazy concept. Can I cast haste on our vehicle,
You can always try.
like to give it additional speed?
You can always try. How long does the haste last?
Oh yeah, but yes, it lasts a minute,
It's like
and it's technically concentration, but since it's through my thing, I don't think it will affect my concentration for hypnotic pattern.
What is the wording of haste?
A willing creature, so probably not because it's a.
Hey,
Okay,
car
like full wording. Like
Choose a willing creature that you can see within range. Until this spell ends, the target's speed is doubled. Gains +2 bonus to AC, has advantage on dex saving throws, and gains additional action on each of its turns. The action can use attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object.
it'd be really silly if that could work on the driver.
Well, because
Sneaks
my
in
thought
steps on the
was.
gas even faster.
Well, because my thought was is that say the car can go 60 feet per round,
Yeah.
and now it can go 120.
Driver smashes the pedal through the through the
That's the
floorboard.
wording. I don't think haste necessarily
Yeah,
works on
because it's not a
vehicle like
creature.
this. I feel like it's kind of like like cellular acceleration kind of thing.
Yeah, it probably is. My justification would have been that maybe it like smooths out.
No,
the
that's not bad.
road or something. I'm trying to be a little creative with it, but.
Like feel free to throw out checks as well. This is kind of like a skill challenge as well here. And time is moving like at a speed here. Like you guys are driving and then doing stuff.
Where's a druid when you need him to like adjust the ground?
I was also wanting to cast a spell.
Oh. I will do a spell after she does a spell.
You have
Okay.
a shape
I'll see what you guys do, and then I
Yeah,
have an
speech
idea as
storm.
well.
I was gonna attempt to cast fireball in between the two behind us.
Okay, fireball. Okay.
Yeah, and I kind of want to do it where like it creates, like a chasm kind of. You know what I'm talking?
You guys are moving at about 40 miles an
Yeah,
hour here,
that's
so
fine.
this would be something like you might want to shoot a little earlier to see if you can catch it in or try.
Yeah,
Tell me exactly what you want to do
I want to
here.
do it like 10 feet in front of them.
Okay, so tell me exactly where you want to throw it, and I'll see what happens. Like in this
right
area
right
here.
in the middle
Yeah,
of the two.
it's a 20. Let me see. It's a 20-foot radius sphere,
Okay, 20 foot radius. Yeah, go ahead.
and so yeah, I just want to do it.
Is
like,
each one 5 feet?
Hmm?
Each square is at 5 feet?
Yes.
Okay.
And so they need to make a dex save.
Dex save for
And
these
if I
two.
can borrow someone's d6s.
Oh, girl, I got so many. How many do you need?
Google will let you
CJ?
borrow as
I
many
need 4.
d6s as you want.
I need 3.
Okay.
As many d6s as your memory can handle.
I can catch them all in a single sleep storm.
Oh, what does that do?
It
Makes
makes
them a little damp and uncomfortable.
amongst other things, it makes the entire surface like of the ground just ice.
Okay, and that's what they
Well,
rolled.
Probably
Andrew.
should have done that before I did grease.
Andrew, it's a DC 14 dex save.
DC 14.
Yeah, they're gonna take damage either way, but
Okay. Both of them pass.
okay.
Run my rolls at least. Sorry, Dante.
6, 12, 14, 16, 20, 23, 26. So that's 31. So half of 31
15.
fire damage. Because I'll still take some.
As the fire blast, you angled it ahead of time to make sure that at least the blast would hit them ahead of time as they were moving forward here. And these two do get caught up in the blast here. Not entirely from where they're bouncing, as they're moving very sporadically. It's kind of like a ground ball. Like you never know how high it's gonna bounce or whatnot. But they do get caught a little bit in it. And as the flames lick the side of these kind of stone nautilus shells that go about here, the tendrils kind of shirk in for a little bit, but the fire seems to glisten off the outside. Kind of like these creatures are designed not to be affected by heat very much. So it doesn't. It seems like it slowed them down a little bit, but not necessarily like it damaged them too much.
Yeah, that's fine.
This one here. These guys don't move. You guys are also free to do skill checks, something in the car to see if like you can make it go faster. Different turns you can make direction-wise to see if you can get. You can make the expedition go more efficiently.
Throw
Be
the
creative.
out.
Yeah, this is kind of like the border fight. What do you got?
I would like to cast Sleep Storm.
Please tell them. What do you got?
That is a 40-foot radius cylinder, which if I cast like vaguely in the middle will affect all of them.
Okay.
And that.
You want to remember, they won't be staying in this range for any time.
Yes,
at all.
I'm attempting to essentially grease all of them.
Okay.
So the ground in the area is covered in slick ice, making it difficult terrain, so it halves their movement moving through it. Also, when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time or starts its turn there, must make a DC 15 Dex save or fall prone.
Okay, excellent.
So,
DC.
big area.
It's kind of the same. It's like freezing the sands around it for the most part.
Yes,
making
like
it-
yeah,
Okay.
covered in sleet and grossness. Gross
Just
grease
stands
stuff.
up the fence, whips the book out, just a stream of ice shard just kind of blitz out from the fingertips and explode into like a hailstorm that just kind of at the same time just coats the ground and just kind of polishes it as you do this in front. And then you're supposed to just hit this area just for the time being with these creatures hitting the ground here.
Okay, I want to try to help the guy drive. Like, I want to help him find the good like maybe the best route ahead. And in like standing over his shoulder, kind of trying to point him in the direction. I want to be like, you got this, man. You're not gonna let us die. You are the best driver I've ever seen, and my friend's a really good driver. You're fucking awesome. And he gets a D8 of Bardic Inspiration
Okay, so
to add to
basically,
his check.
You're gonna help him here do a survival check. Here.
Yes, and then he can add the D8
Awesome.
for inspiration, and
Yes.
hopefully I can give him advantage via like
Yeah, that's what it is.
helping
Yeah, you're
with
helping.
him.
Yeah.
So
So by helping with advantage, yeah, the guy here begins to, with the extra force, like here, begin weaving around specific dunes that would normally take momentum from here, and see if he can at least use it to like throw the volunets off here. He starts up. I'm not even gonna roll again. Nat 20.
Oh damn.
Going through here, this car just begins to absolutely just start whipping. You guys, it's such a lightweight car as well, or even throwing your own weight into it as well. You kind of have the whole group here working with you at this point
Does it also
to dodge specific dunes and obstructions in the area here, and you get yourself a pretty decent ways
That-
pretty
that's what
decent
it's
ways away here.
we're the belt buckle.
Okay, you guys are up here. A relatively good, decent ways away. That is one successful skill check. You still have an unknown amount more,
Diggity dope.
So
but slowing these guys down does help with that.
did they make
These
rolls
guys.
for their
You need to do
slip
their
check?
dex save. Ooh. What's the save?
DC 15.
15. Okay, 2 of them failed.
They fall prone.
Okay, and it's the same situation as the last time. When coming up here, the sleet storm activates, and these two land here and just basically begin hockey pucking themselves forward here as the tendrils begin to try to like claw and rip at the ground below them, but not finding any purchase on the slick surface. Just disappear behind the dust, and the cloud begins to like lower exponentially as these guys disappear off into the distance here. This one, however, just within one specific super good hit onto on a patch of sand, launches so high up it clears the whole thing.
Okay. I want to lean back and cast Shatter on him.
Shatter?
Fuck yeah, it works really well for me.
Okay.
DC 15 con save.
One save, nice.
Which worries me because I feel like they're probably good at Constitution, but they still take some damage. On the way. Come on, Andrew, don't fuck me.
What's my save?
DC 15.
15 fails.
Yes!
Barely.
14 thunder damage.
14 thunder damage. The thunder seems to be a lot more effective than fire at this point, something these creatures aren't generally prepared to deal with in the flat desert.
I'm like,
As you electrocute it here, you see for a small moment that once again all of the phalanges recede into the car here, and it starts traveling kind of at a contained speed rather than an accelerated speed. It doesn't move forward for this check. Is there anything specific anybody wants to do as well, skill check wise?
I'm not sure if it would be a skill check, but Mistress will turn to the driver now that there's only one left here and say, if you bear left, we might be able to force it to make a choice between one car or the other.
That's not a bad idea. Let's go. Never mind. Make a persuasion check. That's gonna be your check here.
Okay.
You could also just use commanding.
Well, I just
I know.
whichever one it follows, half the party is safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Persuasion. Oh yeah, I'm real good at persuasion. That's a +0 for a 17.
Jesus, good roll. He's like, no problem. I want everyone here to make a dex save in this car.
Yeah,
That
in
Mistress
this
is
car.
in.
Ooh.
No, you're safe in.
Yeah, we don't
You're
need
good,
to.
You're
Andy.
safe.
Oh, not cards.
5.
What are we doing? Dex save?
you fly out of the fucking car.
This is how Mistress dies.
The Lua didn't
13.
kill her. She's safe.
Holy fuck.
Hang on 1 second.
Oh, woo!
8.
You get you
8?
evil
Yeah.
ass.
Oh, no.
Okay. Making an 8. It's going to
Making
be.
an
What did you get?
13.
13. Who else is in this car?
Cloudman.
Cloudman's in. He's got good deck.
Cloudman,
I ain't worried about Cloudman. Yeah, he's fine.
He will know.
So what'd you get?
13.
13. Okay. Mistress. Especially, let's start with Mistress here. Basically, Mistress makes the command. You were not expecting him to react this fast. He just slams the wheel to the left here, and for a moment, there's nothing under your feet. The car just completely motions you, bumps you up so fast. You're basically just kind of free floating in the air here. Cloudman is going to attempt to catch you as he sees you do this
Okay.
here.
I do have another thing to try if he fails.
I love this die. No, you don't have to worry.
Okay.
Really?
I was gonna try to Misty step back into the car.
Cloudman
gonna
comes
try to,
and
like,
he tries.
base
He does
you
a
or
strength
something.
check on you. A strength check of 18 to
Nice.
basically grapple you from where you are here. I wouldn't say you contest this. So it basically just kind of stops your speed. Just kind of grabs your feet in the air and is like holding his onto the seat from the other one. Just kind of brings you back to your seat. Maud does something very similar as well. I want you to make an athletic or make a. First off, yours wasn't as low. Make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Do a little check here. Are you sure you don't need athletics? I've got a +6 to athletics.
This has got to be a saving
It's,
throw.
no, it's okay.
Oh no! Go ahead and do athletics. This is.
It's not a saving
basically
throw,
Trying
though.
this is basically trying to not fly out of the car.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be an 18.
18. It's a situation here where all of a sudden the floor underneath you goes diagonal, and you have to make a quick decision on rectifying yourself. Like you fling your body over to your chair, and you basically just kind of like sloth around here. You dig your nails into it here, and you at the same time kind of try to restabilize your momentum so that you like pull yourself to the chair, and sure enough, as the car lanes back down on its wheels, you kind of snap over and your head just does this whiplash, and your neck is hella sore, but you manage to stay on the car as well. Cloudman, after saving Mistress and Melody as well, had her seatbelt on. So,
Ember.
You, Ember.
He was looking at you.
I was talking.
That's why I was like,
Sorry, Ember. Yeah,
I
really
know
like
CJ
that.
and I live
You
in
were a
the
responsible
same
driver here, and you're
Don't
good.
insult
No, you
her
were
in that way.
you were relatively secured where you were sitting. You weren't up and being rambunctious. But basically, this car completely ducks off in a different direction. This guy continues after this one. As you start driving this direction, you see just the dust burrow just continue on after your friend's car here.
so I have wild cunning, and part of it says if there's suitable shelter for you and your companions, you know it and where to find it. With that,
What is this again?
so it's wild cunning, and one of the parts of it is if there's suitable shelter for you and your companions with range, you know it and where to find it.
Okay.
Or
In
range.
theory, you'd be able to find it, but this creature has a fix on you and will probably follow you there.
I like the way your brain's out though.
No, that's not bad, but it would probably be better if you were stealthing.
Sure, remember that we have that though. That could be good.
You can shoot at it like 3 times.
That's true. I also have Head of Thorns.
Like I'm thinking
That
about
would be good.
when we were in the sewer with the basilisk. That would have been a great,
Yeah.
a great feature used for that.
That would have.
Alright, so
Oh, here
where's
comes
the car
Oscar.
that's left in front?
Where's the what?
The car that I'm in, is that the one that's left in front?
That's
Yes.
the one that's in front here. Yeah, the Vonulit's about 20 feet behind you guys here. Just you hear the pounding of the desert floor behind you. It's a
Okay. And what kind of vehicle is it? Is it like a bus or something that we're in?
At this point, it was kind of like an armored Beetle kind of car, but the Beetle is completely converted upwards, so it's just a completely exposed buggy now. You're open to the desert, and you guys are just kind of sitting in your seats on top of an apparatus with wheels and like mechanisms under you.
So I can see like the mechanisms and
You can.
all that.
Yes.
Is there any way I could do like an Arcana check to see if I could like infuse magic into the image and make it go there?
You can, actually. You have an ability that is specifically designed to work with machines. Although
Okay.
this is a complex machine, I would have you do it at disadvantage.
Okay. So whenever I make an intelligence check related to technological devices, I can add twice my proficiency bonus. Can I still do that?
Well, I thought you were already doing that to your Arcana. This is an Arcana check.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so yeah.
Okay. So this is disadvantage. I get a plus 10.
Oh my god.
18.
18. That's not bad. A vehicle like this you never worked with before. This is definitely no lock on the tree here, but the gears kind of appear around your state in a spiritual way here as you take both your arms, you press them into the mechanisms below you here, and the gears begin to align with this series. It's basically like trying to throw a dart at a dartboard that's moving at 40 miles an hour. And the dartboard is also flipping in circles, so there's a chance you could just hit the backside of it. It is not in this geared up situation here. Is not ideal.
Okay.
But after taking a look, and I assumed you'll probably be doing this while everybody's been going through this whole situation, so it's taking you some time to get to this. But for that, everyone around you in this car begins to see the car, at least the mechanical portions of it, begin to emanate this slight blue aura. As even the mechanical portions of the car that were whirling and buzzing and making really loud noises begin to go completely quiet. And even though the car is going out of view at this point, the car in front here, sure enough, begins to go faster.
Bye.
As Hostile basically is just kind of imbuing himself in here and trying to like do at least the simple motion of accelerating it. That's a second successful skill check. There's since one of the cars is technically safe now, there's not as many that you need to pass, but this guy's still getting closer.
Okay. Can I do one other thing?
He's not gonna go that. You guys did go faster. I won't have him go that far ahead. Yeah. Unless somebody else wants to do something. Yeah, there's no real initiative roll right now.
Okay. So I'm gonna do something really stupid.
Yes.
So I still have that beast control device.
Oh. Okay.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sprint towards the back of the vehicle.
How big is
And
this
I'm gonna-
vehicle? Oh, he's tiny.
I'm gonna jump as high and far as I can go. Once I'm like at the peak of my jump, I'm gonna cast Featherball on myself to slow myself down to try to adjust myself to land on the creature.
You're gonna grab the
land
body
the
loop.
control device on it and control it.
Ooh.
Okay. Is anyone okay with this? You gonna let him?
I just don't think we have an option.
As you guys are
choice.
sitting here, you see Hostile boosh and just kind of stasis in the air here as this Vonula just begins buzzsawing towards him like a giant chop saw from a freaking shop factory. And thankfully for you, Hostile, I'm not gonna have you roll because the hands grab you. As they basically just kind of slap onto you like seaweed, like on the ocean floor of your feet, but like steel ropes instead. Kind of at least 4 or 5 of these arms entangle around you as you go, and all of a sudden you're caught up in the inertia of this creature, and you begin buzzing rapidly, kind of spinning with it. I do want you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay.
Just to see if you can.
19.
19. As this happens, you kind of instinctively curl up and try to protect your extremities, the back of your neck, the top of your head. You curl inwards because this creature is actively colliding with the ground in different intervals at different places, and you try to keep as it kind of sucks you inwards with these dark blue tentacles. You kind of avoid colliding with it to that escape. The tentacles are taking the majority of the brunt, and if not, the rest of the shell is. So yeah, you don't take any damage.
So can I, like, try to slam the control device thing onto this creature somehow and, like, either stop it or control it?
Okay. In the thick of things here, I would consider you grappled here. I do want you to make a strength saving throw for me to see if you can get your arms free enough to get to the device.
Okay. Only at 6.
A 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Once your plan has gone all to fruition here, and you're at the point where you just had to complete this one last step of getting the device, but your arms are like completely hog-tied to your side, and trying to break through this noose isn't seeming to work here. And you look up, and you see this massive beak you're being pulled towards in this serrated, knife-like pair of teeth that's just kind of freely undulating and chomping in your direction, that these tentacles are just kind of trying to octopus drag you towards here.
Okay.
And at this point, the Nautilus stops in the desert, sticks in like a dart, and this car begins to drive off.
The hostels with it.
Okay. So, is it still me to take another turn, or
At this
do you want
point,
someone?
roll initiative.
All of us or just him?
Unless you guys want to turn around.
I don't think we should leave him behind.
Well, okay, I'm gonna.
Did you just jump off?
Yeah, let's go get him.
Okay, I'm using my tuning fork. And I misty step to him.
I'd like to roll a perception check here. I imagine Mistress would try to be watching these
Go
things.
ahead. Yeah. So
I
you
got
want
an
to misty
18
step
on
out
my
of it?
Yeah, I misty step to him.
Why would you do this? I can take care of it.
Guys, I don't fucking know what you're doing.
That's 19.
19. You see basically him just getting kind of like slapped out of the air and being sucked in. You know he's in trouble.
Oh, Hostile just got eaten.
Lovely.
In that tone, Mistress will say that out loud.
And at that point, Melody pops out this big staff and just disappears like the wind and appears right next to the creature that's stuck into the ground here. All of the tendrils have been sucked back into the body. It's basically just kind of like a steak knife that's been thrown into the wall, just the shell that's embedded in the sand.
And it's holding hostile.
And the hostle's inside the shell, just covered in these blue tongue-like apparatuses.
Yeah, Dante, as far as I know, you're swallowed whole, so.
Okay. You could be right next to the creature, but I do want everybody from this truck to roll initiative. These guys, for now, are safe.
I got an 18
Unless
on
you
my
guys want to
initiative roll.
communicate to go back.
I would have communicated to our driver.
Okay.
I rolled an 11.
Weren't you the ones that left? You're not in this.
When we drove off, I was hoping, like, if Mistress was still.
Oh,
able to
you're
see.
saying from this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
so
that's
in
why
theory,
that's
you'd
why
be
I
able
rolled a
to-
perception check.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
19?
So yeah, that's why I was saying I would have told the driver, because I figured Mistress would convey that information.
Yeah,
to all
Mistress
of us.
said out loud, "Oh, Hostile just got eaten."
Yeah, we got to turn around. We got to go
We're
back.
turning around? What is wrong with you people? Why would he jump?
So, the thing's got our friend.
So everyone roll initiative.
Okay.
19 from Indy.
Let's see.
9.
10.
Golly.
I'm gonna have me in one of them there brownies.
Yeah, have one.
Hostile.
Please, yeah.
No, you're good.
Sure.
I got an 18.
What size of piece do you want?
You had an 18? Oh, wow.
This little one. The session is brought to you by brownies.
And cups.
What did you get, Melody?
11.
11.
Oh, it's hard to cut.
Yeah, but they are soft.
Yes.
It's just that.
At the
it's-
edge is
It's
hard.
just that crisp.
What did you get in? Oh, you were at the 19. What were you, she? Mistress?
What's that?
For initiative?
17.
17, damn.
Had some fine.
Not bad.
Initiatives.
I guess clapping shit too. Losing
He is
his
present.
shit. Okie dokie. So everybody would be in this container here. This is the container with Maud and Hostile and all of them. And you teleported right next to them here. Indy,
Think
you're
Melody
still
gave
on here.
hers out.
Huh?
There's 2 melodies. I was just.
Oh, you put another Cloudman's back here. Oh, Cloudman was in this one. No, he was in the mod one.
No, he's not. That is not the mod one.
The Solaris mod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mod is
Cloudman
in
is
the
on the
other
Black
one.
Boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so is mod.
Oh, mod's over there?
Huh?
Okay. I'm so confused.
That's Indy.
This one, Andy, Lua,
Lua.
and Hostels in here. So
And
he's
Melody.
currently being nommed on. And then Melody's here. So this should be everybody, because Lua was also in here. She's somewhere.
Probably poofed.
Probably poofed. Ember's over here. Mistress, you have one? Yes, you do. Hey, look at that. Oh, wow, that's terrifying.
Yeah, be careful. Those pieces are fragile.
I'm gonna
They'll
put you
just
guys
snap
kind of
right off
around
and disappear forever.
the start of the car. Start of the car here as the vinyl it stops. Okay. It would be Indy first.
Okay, so I have speak with animals,
Okay.
and the last sentence of it is you might be able to persuade a beast to perform a small favor for you at the DM's discretion. Could I cast this and then roll persuasion and
Is
try
it
to
specific on beast?
It just says beast.
Because there are different types.
Yeah.
This
Is it
is
a monster?
It is the creature type beast.
this is not a beast.
Damn it.
This is a monstrosity.
Fucking rude.
Well, I don't want to cast Hail of Thorns because Hostle's inside of it.
You could just shoot an arrow
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna shoot.
Okay.
Am I aware that people are here?
From where you are now, you're basically inside the shell. I can give you, you can make a perception with disadvantage, but other than that, it would be pretty difficult to.
Okay.
Does 15 hit?
15 does not hit.
Okay.
These are, it hits
You
the
can-
armored shell of
you
it, and
can
just kind of
attack twice,
cracks.
there's
The arrow
nothing.
kind of shatters as it's retracted the majority of its tendrils at this point. You have to, it's got to be a pretty precise hit to do some actual physical damage on this guy.
Well, I get to attack, so
Do it.
going in. What about a 16?
Doesn't it? It's pretty high AC on this guy.
That's it. Are we? Has the car stopped?
The cars are stopped, yes.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, going from there, it's going to be hostile. Mistress is on deck.
Okay. So inside, am I like fully inside the beast, or is there like?
You're
something-
not consumed by, you're in the shell, but you're not in the beast.
Would I be able to find like a fleshy area I could?
You are
Like-
surrounded by fleshy area.
Could I jam this control device onto this creature and see if it does anything?
Yeah, you could try.
Okay, I do that.
This would be.
Because it's just that beast control device thing that I had.
Yeah, and so since you technically already have kind of an attunement with this from your gear ability, go ahead and you just use your Arcana check.
Okay. Uh, 28.
28.
Holy shit. I think that Dante's realized that he can fake his rolls when he's on.
I got 5 nat 20s in a row. Holy shit.
That's why I'm saying that's why we think you're faking, Dante.
You want me to get my camera and like just point it towards my dice
That'd
tray?
be great.
Nah.
Anybody can tell by dice.
I believe you.
Dante, as you see this beak working towards you here. Well, this is the same situation as before. Before I allow this attack to go through, I do want you to make a strength saving throw to get your arms free
Okay.
as you're getting drawn closer and closer towards the mouth. But you do feel that your energy is swapping over to the device, which is in your pocket, which one of your hands does have contact with, and you easily attune to it. And so it's just a matter of getting it on.
I failed.
Shit.
I rolled a 2.
No.
At least you're honest. Yeah, like you've got your hand on the device here, and your other arm is just clinging and clawing at these tendrils that are just whipping you in the face and just slowly constricting and crushing you, and you can't get your arms free. And so you just need to get a good moment to get it, but this is not that moment. And the arms draw you closer towards the beak. You can almost feel the creature's breath. It's going to be Mistress. Cloudman's on deck.
Yeah. We're gonna summon some Shadow Spirit.
Shadow Spirit?
Yeah. Let me double check how far away I can summon it. Or sorry, Shadow Spawn.
Oh.
Summon Shadow Spawn. Really, it's more of a spawn than a spirit.
I hate it.
90 feet, so I can.
Yeah, you'll be able to make it there.
Okay, yeah, we're just gonna cause it right next to the big bad boy.
You spawn next to this massive shell that's just here.
And we are gonna have that summoned with.
If I give us a better scale, you guys could walk inside the head of the shell. It's huge. And Colossal just kind of got slurped in.
It's disgusting.
Slurping.
We're gonna go with Despair as its aspect.
Despair?
Yeah, so any creature other than me that starts its turn within 5 feet of the spirit has its speed reduced by 20 feet until the start of that creature's next turn.
Okay. Nice.
And I'm gonna command it to attack with my bonus action. Okay. Or wait, no, I don't need my bonus action to do that. I can just command it. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Commanding it to attack, at which point its turn begins, and it is gonna, make a.
Make an
Just stab inside the goo here. Like you bring one of its attacks into the depths of the shell here, which is just writhing with like a series of like ocean waving like arms and whatnot.
Yeah, so it's gonna use Chilling Rend and just sort of slash at it.
Okay.
Vaguely.
What do you got?
That is a 21 to hit.
Hits.
Require my D12. That is 16 cold damage.
Shit. Okay. 16. You see like the majority of the shell on the outside. You can't even see hostile at this point. Just kind of blitz over with ice crystals here, and you hear just kind of this loud creaking groan come from the inside of this as these arms start to like crack and just bust off, and you see like these hand-like tongues just kind of collapse and fall onto the ground around you here. It didn't like that.
And before everything ends, Mistress would like to look around her general area and see if she can see a rock that appears to be between 1 and 10 pounds.
Perception?
That's a 17? 17.
Looking around here, yeah, there are bits of larger desert stones, just larger sedimentary rock that's just kind of thrown about from deep underground. Sedentary is the best word to use, but there are pieces that you'd be able to find, yeah.
Solid. That is all.
That is all? Oh. Okay, it's gonna be Cloudman. Cloudman is like, I will save you, Chrisman!
Cloudman did not make those sounds as
He comes up and he's like swinging this malleable axe around here, and as the tendrils are just kind of starting to like bleed outwards from the attack that just hit here, he just takes a slash at a bunch of them that are bleeding out from the Nautilus. And as it does here, his axe just kind of repelled by one of them that just swats in his direction. And just
No,
Cloudman!
No, I am a failure!
Oh.
Just bursts him back here and tries to get close from here. It's gonna be Melody next. Maud's on deck.
Okay, so, obviously we're talking it. Yeah, I'm just gonna whack it.
I'm gonna get it.
Well, just the way you said that was great. We're just gonna whack it, you know.
No,
We'll see what
I'm
happens.
just gonna whack it. Okay, 21?
21 hits.
Diggity dope.
There you go. Now you can see my dice rolls, Andrew.
Okay, then.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
So that's 9 bludgeoning plus I am
Bullshit.
using my psychic blades, which actually is higher than I haven't updated it. So, hold on. So 9 bludgeoning and then 7 psychic damage.
9 bludgeoning, 7 psychic.
Yes.
Amazing. So another 16 tacked onto there. As you're attacking this creature with the blast of this here, you hit some of the arms back, which kind of reverberate this dark purple glow, and they instinctively shoot back into the shell here. And that's this, you see the shell kind of like a firework blowing up inside a mailbox, just kind of light it up a little bit. And Hostile feels this as well. All the arms around you just go white hot for just a moment here as it experiences this kind of full body shock here. This creature might not necessarily have a full brain somewhere in his body, but just kind of has a central nervous system that it works off of, and its whole body reacts to this here.
And I want to yell to Hostile, and I want to say, I don't know if you can hear me, but keep fighting if you're alive. You got this.
He's dead, Melody, man. We
And
have
I'll
to
give
recover
him-
the body.
Dante, you have a D8 of Bardic Inspo.
Cool. Did I hear that, Andrew?
Did you?
I want to say it before they all
You'd be
suck
able to
back
hear
in.
it. It'd be very dim, but I mean, it's not like you're in an airtight space.
Okay. I think I yell back, get the fuck out of here, I got this.
Don't be proud.
Seriously, I fucking got this, get out of here.
You're literally swallowed. Tell that to my face.
It's gonna be Maud's turn. Ember's on deck.
Okay, is Melody's turn done?
Yeah, I'm diggity done.
Okay.
Maud is going to try to get as close as he can. So 5, 10, 15, 20,
Yeah. Say it to my face.
25, 30. We'll end here. If I want to make a ranged attack here, who's fallen down here? Is this one of the shadows?
That's
Dante.
hostile.
Okay, that's hostile. If I try to make an attack from here, will I potentially injure him or?
No, you're good.
Okay.
You can't even see Hostile where he's pulled in right now.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I will use. Actually, let me check one thing real quick. I had a completely different plan before this, and then I realized it wouldn't work. So. I was misunderstanding a spell. Was the problem. No. Okay, so let's. Okay, I will cast. Maud will make the rare offensive spell cast and cast Guiding Bolt.
Guiding Bolt.
Which is this will this count as electric? I guess not. It's just like a magical bolt.
Yeah.
But we'll see what it does. Hang on.
And no rush, by the way. But yeah, remember, guys, to look over your stuff as you're waiting your turn.
Yeah, no, yeah. Okay, I don't ever cast spells, so maybe somebody could help me. How do I actually cast this thing?
Okay, what does it say on
So
it?
it's Guiding Bolts.
Okay, it's an action. This should be.
This is just
Your
a.
attack.
Guiding Bolt doesn't that automatically hit? No, that's magic missile. Ranged spell attack. So you have something that constitutes your ranged spell attacks, which in this case would be your attack bonus. So we'll
This is
d20
it.
plus 6.
Cool.
That's what it's there.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
And then you would do the effects on it.
Okay. That is going to be a 13 to hit.
13 hit does not hit.
Damn.
Absolutely just blasts into the side of the shell.
I'll,
Here. It just kind of cleans it a little bit.
If I can, since I get a second attack, does that also apply to spells? Or is that just for close combat?
Would this count as a second attack? Like if you use a spell as your first one, you get to do melee as the second?
So, no.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, when you cast a spell, you are taking the action to cast a spell, you are not taking the attack action.
Oh, that's
You are only
really
allowed
good
extra
thing,
attack
yeah.
when you take the attack action.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah. I don't think there's really anything else I can do at this point then. So I use my action.
Yeah, you're already up on it.
I,
Which other bonus action you can do.
Yeah, I mean, let me check real quick. I don't think I really have anything for a bonus action.
Are those cookies?
They've
No.
been there.
Starts bleeding.
That's a very your campaign thing to happen.
Watching horror is pretty cool.
I will go ahead as a bonus action.
Sure.
I'll use as a bonus action. I will use Peerless Athlete, which for the next 10 minutes I'll have advantage on strength, dex, checks, which includes athletics and acrobatics checks. Can push, drag, lift twice as much as normal, and the distance of my long and high jumps increases by 10 feet. So.
Are you doing another? Is that costing another spell slot for that?
Nope, that is a feature. That is a bonus action. That's my channel divinity.
Oh, you're doing your divinity.
Yep.
Okay.
So.
Let's go.
All right.
Mark that
and,
down.
And I'm done.
Go me, Ember. The vonulate is after this.
So is it like its tendrils or whatever are inside its shell?
There are
now?
several of them lashing out at this point now,
Okay.
so you can't hit them from the outside.
Yeah, I want to use my flaming sphere.
Okay.
Let me check the range on that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm good. Where am I? Like right now?
This isn't a great encounter for Ember when we learned that a fire blast just does nothing to it.
Yeah,
basically.
it's all I fucking got.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use that. Can I use like something for here? I'll just use this. So I'm gonna pull out my sphere, and I'm gonna cast it right here, and I'm gonna ram it. And so since I'm using my action to ram it into a creature, I cannot move it out of the way.
Okay.
So I will yell a warning to everyone else: do not end your turn within 5 feet of that thing, or you will take damage.
Right.
And so it needs to make a dex save.
Dex save?
Uh,
We're pretty low
You're
right
10
now.
feet
That's
away.
stationary.
DC 14.
Oh shit. Roll nation.
That's fine. It's still gonna take half damage.
But like her thing is in front of the
So it's gonna take 2 fire damage.
Two?
I'm trying to like
Not
slam it
within
like
5
into
feet,
its like
no.
where the tendrils.
Like
are
it's
coming out.
reacting to this. Like
Yeah.
even the fire, it's pretty resistant to. You can tell as well. Like it's reacting. But
Fucking
for the
guy.
most part, fire just seems to be just glistening off these tendrils here, and they're just wildly snapping and hitting the air like whips,
Just
just
for the
trying
long
to taste
day.
like a snake tongue.
Um,
They feel it. It's just not necessarily
Yeah.
a lot of feeling to it.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay. This creature is gonna make some attacks. First off, hostile. The serrated jaw just opens up like the predator maw, and basically the tendrils begin to bring you and just chomp on your head like a mantis to its own damn husband.
Its own damn husband.
Mantises or
There's
ninjas?
a 19 hit.
I love mantises. They're the cutest. Andrew does not.
What's that?
You're a monster.
They're the cutest of all the predatory bugs.
They're horrifying.
What was that? Hostile?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. As it pierces down onto you here with the strength of its maw here for 12 piercing damage. It just kind of crunches into your shoulder here with this maw here. You feel your armor start to indent inwards and kind of crush your body underneath it. Outside, the tendrils strengthen out like barbs, and they whip around 3 of you. It makes 3 grappling attacks. 1 to Melody. Make a strength saving throw.
Hey. 5.
I want your creature, Mistress, to make a strength saving throw.
Oh yeah, that's me.
And I also want... Oh, Cloudman.
I'm clapping.
And you have to control your own NPCs.
I guess.
We don't have the technology yet.
That's an 11.
11. Both Melody and your creature are grappled by the strength of this creature
that's
here.
just not
These
worth
tendrils
it.
are fully engulfing you right now. You're grappled and restrained.
And so you have disadvantage on your attack rolls against it right now as it starts to pull you into the shell. You're not necessarily pulled far enough to move at this point, but you feel like as time goes by, this will get worse. Until you break free. The Cloudman here just starts whipping away, just cutting away at it like the freaking dude from Tarzan at the jungle. And it's just keeping them at bay. You hear in the distance, from where the storm was coming from, a loud...
Oh man.
As you realize you didn't kill the ones that were delayed.
Oh my god.
Has it been a minute?
Huh?
Has it been 10 rounds?
What do you mean? Why?
Because my hypnotic pattern should be still going.
I know that one's fine.
Okay, just checking, just checking.
Yeah, there's 3 others.
Yeah,
I'm
Kayla.
just
You hear from one of the drivers like, "We gotta get him out of here fast. The cloud's getting bigger, you guys."
What do you think we're trying
Just fucking leave. I'm good.
You bitch, we're
Back to the
literally
top of the round. It's gonna be
restrained.
Indy's turn. Hostels on deck. What is it?
The creature ended his turn there, correct?
Yes.
He needs to make another deck saving throw.
It's gonna be a 16.
Okay, so he's gonna take 1 fire damage.
None, basically.
Just 1. I rolled 2.
It's sweating. Maybe. All right, Indy. Hostels on deck.
Oh shit.
Shooting the dude.
Doesn't hit. It's lower than the last one I rolled, so.
Taking another attack.
18?
18 barely hits.
Yeah! I should roll the right dice.
Just rolls her 20 again.
That's 6 damage.
6 damage with what? Just an arrow
piercing,
shot.
yeah.
You shoot one in here, and you shoot it like in the depths of its maw at this point. Hostile, you're right next to you. You hear and you hear the hot breath of this creature's blood, and you go.
Ew.
As it just kind of spurts, and you see like you turn your head, and there's just an arrow embedded into one of the wrists of one of these tongues here that's next to you here.
Ew.
Disgusting.
Yeah, you hit it.
And then I forgot I have my little owl friend. I got Sanctuary. I'm gonna send Sanctuary over, and she gonna attack.
Owls are criminals.
That would be a 19 to hit.
Just rating your face.
As your owl just kind of flies into the cave, and the house just gets swallowed in as well.
Holy shit.
This dark green light begins emanating from behind you, Hostile.
9 damage.
A 9? That's way more than an arrow. Just basically just kind of, as it starts to swell up into kind of its more monstrous form, just takes one of these tendrils that's right next to Hostile here and begins just chewing and ripping away at it. Hostile, you feel your grip on you is loosening slightly.
Sweet.
Nice. What did you say about great hornbills? Sheep? What did you say about great hornbills?
They sometimes eat cats.
I believe it.
Okay. Doing anything else?
Nope, that's all I got.
Okay. It is going. Now you can attack twice. And
I did.
Well, you attack once and then your owl.
No, I did attack twice. My first roll was not good.
Okay. Hostile's turn. It's going to be Mistress on deck.
Mistress on
Okay. Hostile's gonna attempt to do the strength save to see if he can.
DC's slightly lower.
Okay.
You feel it weakening a little bit.
God damn it.
Fuck.
Shocker.
6.
6.
Guys, run! I got this!
I
got it!
You feel your armpits being able to breathe a little bit from this, but no, right as you get some purchase from your arms, it snaps back to your sides.
I'm disturbed by
The
the fact that your
creature's
armpits can breathe.
Ready to
Is
chomp
that an
again.
action, or can I do something else?
I think to break the grapple was an action, right? Yeah. I mean, if you have a bonus action.
No.
Okay. Sorry, man.
No.
Okay, it's going to be Mistress up, Cloudman's on deck.
There's a section of Vox Machina that's just like this.
I haven't seen it, I promise. Anyone?
Mistress is going to grab one of those 1 to 10 pound rocks.
Okay.
And she's going to cast Catapult
Oh,
to launch it at the big Shelly boy.
okay.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it in a week.
So it'll need to make a DC 15 dex save. to not get hit.
Okie dokie. 15?
Yep.
The fact that I've been training 25
That's
minutes
not
a
moving.
day
Its
every
dex
day.
is really low. Yeah, it failed.
Is it 30?
Okay, great. Can I,
Just chuck on. Just freaking
What would you like, my dear?
can
elfinly
I have 3
hurl
D8s?
a
Or
rock
wait,
at
no.
some-
That's the
Throw-
one I was thinking of.
throw
Only
the pen
2d8s.
through the dude's head.
Yeah, there you go.
It'll be fine.
It wouldn't be a
graphic.
wouldn't be a session of Don't Trust Me without an
Careful,
Elfen
that
League
one's really
reference.
sharp.
Is it, do I do that?
Oh
often?
my, I'm bleeding already.
I feel like we've done it for at least the last 3.
Just all the blood.
It's the hands.
Right.
That is shockingly average. Okay, that is 17,
Bludgeoning?
Nice.
17 bludgeoning damage.
You send this rock hurling
Healing
at breakneck
damage.
speeds, and it just collides with the edge, with like the kind of the swirl's center bullseye point of the shell, and it just sends out a spider web crack through it.
Ooh.
It just kind of indents it a little bit. Also, you hear this roar from the outside, just
I then...
as it kind of spits this weird blue ichor onto you.
Ew.
Oh, Icker. Onto me or onto hostile?
On the hostile.
Okay.
Is it 16?
What's that?
16 damage?
17.
Oh, 17. Jesus.
Yeah, 3 4s and a 5 on 48.
That's not super great.
No, that's shockingly average.
Yeah.
And
Could have been worse.
Better than 4.
she will then instruct the shadowy boy to chilling rend again.
Okay.
Does an 11 hit?
11 does not.
Okay. It is disadvantage, right?
No. Oh yeah, you're restrained. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's disadvantage.
Okay.
It's just goon, 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 goon down the side of the shell here. It's going to be Melody up. Oh, Cloudman's up. Melody's on deck. Sorry. Cloudman is like, I will not let you die, Chrisman! And he dives
Of course he does.
into the Nautilus shell with you.
Was he not restrained anymore?
He never was. He
Okay,
didn't
gotcha.
make it. He dives in and just begins, basically grabs a handful of these and starts hacking away, trying to free you a little bit. Yeah, that'll hit. Okay. Brings in with the axe and starts just absolutely ripping downwards, trying to peel these arms off. It's going to be... Oh, max damage. Oh, I forgot to rage. Shit. He's more scared now. It's fine. For 11 slashing damage. What is this? And as this happens, like a handful of these kind of writhe back and fall down, and Cloudman is able to see you at this point, hostile. Like the light shows up from behind you. It's the grip is freeing pretty good at this point. Yeah. And you're like a lot of this door is covering, just kind of pouring off the Nautilus shell. You're damaging it. It's not looking great, but it's still trying to eat him. And he's gonna eat as many of you as it can. Cloudman's gonna end there. It's gonna be Melody up. Maud is on deck.
Almost hit it again.
You are disadvantaged. You are restrained.
I do not hit it.
Okay. Yeah, you're swinging your guitar wildly, and you're just kind of getting thrown back and forth like you're on some sort
Like
of amusement
fucking
park ride.
quit it!
Better hurry! It's gonna get real tentacle tentai up in here.
Ew.
What?
I sent something to the Discord for the good meme channel.
Fucking sick.
It's on.
Yeah,
He was gonna come out at the end like, I told you.
Okay, do anything else?
Nope, that's all
Maud's
I can
turn.
do.
Everyone's
Actually,
on
can
deck.
I make a... Oh, but I did try to attack, so I guess...
Yeah.
Okay, who all is is anybody else tentacled up currently on the outside?
Yo!
The
So
creature
Melody
and
is.
Melody.
Okay, gotcha.
The mistress's creature.
Yeah, the disposable shadow thing is,
Who
Maud's
cares?
like, I have
You're
to
the
save
I
it.
have to save the shadow. He sounds so sad.
Don't leave me.
Yeah, no, I'm going to. Don't worry about it. I will go save the. I will go save them. Oh, I'm going
Save the
to
melody.
approach the melody, and I will
I am going to, with the saw attachment, try to slash at the tentacles.
Maud, I will say, what box are you in exactly?
Let's say I'm in this one, I guess?
Okay. I just want to be sure.
Yeah. Why?
Because I don't want to set you on fire at the end of your turn.
Oh.
You don't want to give him one.
Yeah,
point of
okay.
fire.
So you're going in with the saw attack?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't want to attack my friends if I can help it. Okay.
As you
Get a little
fling forward.
singe.
That for...
Sphere of fire next.
that is going to be, how to do math. 17 to hit?
Blood walks right into
Not
it.
barely doesn't hit.
Seriously. Okay, I'll roll again.
Literal sun.
That doesn't, nope, that's not gonna do
Now,
it either.
Both of them here are just
The
kind of slashing at
fuck,
nothing
Maud?
here.
Help.
The tentacles are moving too fast, and the exterior of this is too tough for you to get any purchase on it here.
Great. Fuck, there's really not a whole lot else I can do.
Yeah.
Let me think. Don't wanna... Nah, I'll let my turn back.
And it's gonna be Ember, Vonulette will go next.
Okay. I am going to use my chill touch, and I'm gonna aim it at the tentacles that are holding Melody.
Okay.
That's a 10.
It goes like out in just a straight direction here. The creature yanks her away right as the touch goes in. It deapparates.
Okay.
It evaporates.
It evaporates.
Oh, Kayla, I just realized, Melody had to make a saving... She had to make a saving throw last time, didn't she? Okay. I thought that you would... Okay.
Alright. At this point...
No, why are you trying to bless me?
No, since I'm within 10 feet of you, you would have had a bonus to your saving throw.
Well, in that case, next time I will. I chose to attack this time instead.
Gotcha, okay.
Hoping to kill it.
You're good. Yeah, you'll get a bonus equivalent to, I think it's my charisma modifier.
The Vonulette takes another bite out of Hostile here. It is going to be... This dice is amazing. 19 to hit.
God
No, wait, sorry. 21
Yeah,
to
that-
hit. 21.
Yeah, that fucking hits.
Yeah, well. Yeah, the crunches in once again. You feel your armor give away through its magical prowess here. Ooh. Damage isn't as good, but it still hurts. It's going to be another 8 piercing damage on you as it sinks in. Melody and the creature here are now pulled into the Nautilus.
Ah!
And are just kind of sharing a space with it here from the inside. Just kind of compiled. Cloudman being basically in there as well. Gets grappled once again.
No, ketchup packet!
You see your friend just all of a sudden getting sucked in.
What?
Cloudman does not make the check. And gets all of a
God.
sudden lassoed in. All of a sudden, you three of you are basically cheek to cheek here in the mouth of it here, just kind of covered in these
Cheek to
horrible blue tongues.
Ew.
Cloudman's like, I am not liking. I don't know. It's going to be Indy's turn as this guy.
Fuck it, I'm casting Hail of Thorns on that motherfucker.
Yeah, they're all inside now.
Well,
Except Cloudman.
well, I was thinking the
Well,
far
no,
one.
Climate's inside.
And
Monster.
this
But
one's not,
I
this
feel
one's not
like
rolling ahead too much. It's kind of just like
Yeah,
grabbing
maybe
at the
more
ground with like its
priority.
multiple of arms, just kind of pulling itself
What
forward
is
here.
the wording?
Like that one creature from Toy Story with the hand out of the jack-o'-lantern box. Just
Ugh.
pulling. That's what this is
Never
right
mind,
now.
I'm
It's
gonna
not even
shoot
rolling.
Main guy then.
Yeah, maybe we can like hurt it enough where it'll split everybody up.
I know that a 9 does not hit.
Nope.
So that's attack 1. 17.
Barely misses.
So it's 18.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
really,
my little-
they're really armored up.
Sanctuary's trying again. Nope. No hit.
He's inside the creature with you. Well, it's thrashing around. It's just dodging at this point, trying to get some. Missing everything, sadly. Hostile. What do you got, buddy?
Alright. Well, just gonna fucking do a strength check again.
You go. You feel the creature like as you're covered in the goo that's been spitting out. It's weakening quite a bit. I feel like it'd be easier.
17.
17. As multiple of these arms have given up and gone off to try to grab your friends that are nearby here, there's just this one rope that's around you here. And it's a situation when you pull your arms apart just enough to duck down out of it. And the lasso that it was holding you snaps like a supercharged rubber band. It would feel like it could have decapitated you if you wouldn't have ducked as quick as you did. You're free from the grapple.
I take my device out and slam it onto its flesh.
You take it out and basically like a giant muzzle, you go to throw this just right onto the face of the creature here. Just make an attack roll for this.
Okay.
Use your strength.
With my strength?
You're so strong.
You're so strong, Hostile. Look at your muscles.
Do it with advantage since you're literally right in front of it.
Okay. 17.
There you go, buddy.
Thank Christ.
Not enough, but
17 doesn't hit.
better than 2.
Oh no! That's right.
Yeah, so I have.
Did you roll with advantage?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
Shit. Such a tough.
Do I get my proficiency bonus?
Oh, I am, well,
Hey,
To
do
an
I have my
attack?
proficiency bonus?
To an attack, yeah.
well,
Okay,
what,
then 30, 20.
Oh. Yeah, you get it.
Okay. Just slam that bitch on there.
Basically, you take this device out and you wait for the moment where its mouth like kind of closes down so you'll be able to get right over all 3 of the mandibles that are just kind of piercing down. And you slap this device onto it. And you use the blue aura that you've been charging around it here. It digs its tusks into the side of this creature here, and you hear a series of drill sounds coming from the device here, like you'd hear in the back of your ear from the dentist's office. Just like that high pitch, and you hear this horrible as it begins to dig in, and sure enough, the creature, as the writhing is going about ferociously, everything stops. The tentacles that are holding people in the air, the ones that are outside lashing about, stop like they've frozen in time.
Yes, in the hall. The closet in the bottom level.
Alright. I would say you've basically done an action and a bonus action there. You'll be able to control it next turn. But basically, it's stopped resisting for everybody.
I'm gonna yell out. Everyone get back on your vehicles and get out of here. I'm gonna drive this thing out of here.
okay.
Aren't we inside of
You
it?
guys are currently inside.
I turned to
Wow.
Hostile. Can I
Like
see
you're like
him?
coming down into the
Yeah, you can see him from here.
And I'm like, I'll run right now. I'm going. Do you see me running?
He got fireball on you. Fuck
It's gonna be
I
Mistress's
just want
turn.
to be
Cloudman's
close
on
to
deck.
you.
Okay, so there's a new boy in town.
Yay.
All right. Mistress is gonna find another rock. Gonna get herself within 90 feet of it.
Okay.
And is gonna catapult at 2nd level.
Okay, so this one's dragging itself over. You throw a catapult again. Alright, poo paper, I'm sorry.
It's okay. There was just
There was a little left.
There was just
DC
enough for me.
15 dex save.
15. It hits it.
I don't want somebody else to get caught empty-handed.
Cloth without the blood paper.
Yes.
My blood paper. This is most unadvantageous.
The blood paper.
How will I quench my blood's desire to
No,
eat?
shut up.
That's not how toilet paper works.
Says you.
Your butt doesn't eat it.
Oh no.
Well, then
Oh,
where
no.
does it go?
Oh, no.
I'm with you.
In the toilet.
The cloth. That was
Well,
blood.
I'll have to die.
We're having this conversation.
Which one?
mid-fight.
Here you go, buddy.
Kayla saved my life.
Hey, what'd you get?
That's what friends are for.
I'm sorry, I'm still gathering d8s. I failed you.
Oh, do you need more help?
There you go.
How many do you need?
Don't worry, it was
ever say that to me again.
That's why I never brought a dice bag.
What?
Yeah.
That's why?
I said I was wondering why you never saw you bring a dice bag.
I'm not used to having more than one set. That's 10,
You just
18,
chaotically put them all in one bag like I do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, technically, Jordan also does that.
Yeah, but aren't hers also in smaller bags instead of
And,
big
like,
bags?
They're in
Sections.
pouches. They have sections.
Mine also
Still
has
is technically,
sections,
yeah.
but it doesn't work very well.
Did Jordan tell you that you've got a party post?
Yeah, I sent it to her because a guy I work with at the
Yeah.
field was like,
Yeah.
he was like, hey, do you play aerial?
Yeah.
My daughter wants that for my birthday. I was like, yeah. And I'm like, you can just request me for an hour party.
Nice. That's awesome.
I was like, freaking
that'll
dope.
be fun.
That'll be a busy day. 'Cause
Okay.
That's the day that's the Rainbows event.
I've gathered all 4 of my D4s.
That will be
Okay.
really busy.
Or D8s, rather.
But she said that Paige will assist.
D4 times 2s.
Because it would be like, you guys have to be there at 4. I'll be done at 3:30.
It was 20 bludgeoning damage.
20 this time?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you sent another one and just shatters the side of it once again. Creature's looking pretty hurt. Looking
Not my
pretty
cat.
hurt. It doesn't look like it's gonna last another hit like this.
So yeah, that was the new one.
Oh, my
Yeah,
blood
yeah, the
he's
new
an
one.
asshole.
Never mind.
Yeah.
He is a big boy. He's probably as big as a volume.
Okay, the other Vonulate gets a similar like spider to it on the outside here. And it kind of sends out a groan, but it's still crawling at a pretty solid speed here. Is that your turn?
Gonna
Your
instruct.
creature's no longer grappled now that the creature has given up on its pursuits.
Oh, I'm gonna instruct my creature to leave the Vonulate and try to get as close to the next Vonulate as possible within its movement range.
Oh, it's hot. What's its range?
Looks like that's 40 feet.
Why does this buffoon have more range than Mod?
Oh, it got there?
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna attack too.
Starts smacking at the hands that are on
What
the
does this
ground.
thing look like, Mistress?
It's a Shadow Mistress.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
Does
I don't
a
know.
23 hit?
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea of
fascinating.
That would be 17 cold damage.
17 cold.
just thinking about the zombies and deadly premonition.
I guess this D12 likes me tonight.
Good.
He's rolled a
using
10 and a 12 so far.
Using
Or sorry, a 10 and an 11.
Yeah,
rather.
you just splits this guy with the coal. You see a majority of, like a good chunk of the tentacles that are grabbing the ground break off as it tries to pull out. Just kind of has this freaking Natsuki Subaru effect, just the limbs being left behind as the other limbs keep continuing to go forward.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. It is going to be Cloudman's turn. Melody's on deck. Cloudman's like, oh, do we need to run or should we keep attacking Chrisman?
No, get out of here!
I'm getting out of here! Cloudman books it.
Oh, this is fucked. Oh, I'm doing dashing.
I'm
goes-
doing dashing.
He's going back to the car.
Okay. Cloudman's gonna have his
Hey,
turn.
quick
Melody.
question. Did Lua just not
She
get
did
involved?
not break her visibility.
Such a fucker.
All right, bitch. Yeah.
Okay.
To be fair to Lua, we probably deserve this.
Okay,
It's all because Melody shoved her freaking finger in her ear.
Try to.
no, I failed at that.
So you poked her in the cheek.
I like poked her like in her cleavage.
She attempted a wet willy as hostility.
I
like,
failed.
you're-
Stuck your
your
wet,
ears
nasty
really-
finger
Okay,
right in my.
What do I get being in close proximity with you, Kyle?
You get. Let me double check.
Tell me things.
It's like a +2 attack or something.
It's a +2 any saving throws, I believe. Let me double check.
Because
that.
I'm gonna try to break free my grapple, Andrew.
Gotcha. Sorry, Dive Cloud had to completely
a
refresh
strength
for some
save?
reason. Hang on.
Andrew?
You don't have to.
Oh.
You're ungrappled from the creature being possessed.
Oh.
Never mind then.
Never
for future
mind.
reference, I can pull it up and let you know.
I want to crawl out of it like a butthole.
For future reference, yeah, as long as you're within 10 feet of me, you will gain a bonus to your saving throw equal to my charisma modifier with a minimum bonus of +1. That line kind of confuses me.
Do. Okay, what I would like to do is I would like to hit it and then fucking giggity gig out of there. I would like to giggity gig out of to the car.
You hit it and leave, or what?
I did not hit it, so I'm just leaving.
Ooh, go back to the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, Hustle, I'm trusting you. Don't fucking die.
At risk of saying something stupid, are we not triggering opportunity on this thing as we flee?
It can't. It's on
Oh,
your
it's
side
still
right
under
now.
the spell. That's right.
It's on your side right now.
Right. Okay. Then in that case, I will try to get a couple of attacks in on it and then flee. Once again, I will. Because Melody, you're done, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Okay, that's not gonna hit. And that's
Get the
not.
fuck out of here! What are you doing?
I think he can control it. I think that's why.
Yeah. Okay. Mod flails at the air a couple of times unsuccessfully and then flees. Back to the...
Mod just fucks right off. You did this
Yep.
one, right?
Yeah, I was in that one. I guess it doesn't matter which one I end up in, but that was
No,
the one.
I mean,
was
it's the one with
originally.
Cloudman. So
Wait, do I have the range to get all the way back to that one? Hang on.
30.
I was like here, 5, 10, 15. Yeah.
If anything, you dash. I figured.
Oh, well, actually, do I have that benefit to my? Hang on. I just want to check some before we move on.
What's up? What are you looking for?
I was just checking to see if I got increased speed with my Peerless Athlete. I do not.
You would make it there without it.
I know I would.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, okay.
It is going to be Ember's turn. Finally, are after.
I'm just gonna stay in the cart and I'm gonna pull my spear with me.
the spear moves over back in your
Other
direction
cart.
this way.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep it like 10 feet behind us.
Okay, just
like at all
here.
times.
Yeah. Okay, awesome.
Alright, with that, finally, let's go. This one here is going to attempt to resist of this power real quick. Okay, it fails. So yeah, Hostile, you still have control over it. This creature, make a strength saving throw.
My creature?
Yeah, please.
That would be a natural 20.
That's 20.
It starts whipping you and whatnot to try to grapple you, but it doesn't manage to get a hold of you. Do another one. A whole nother wave of arms is going to go. It's going to do 3 grapple checks on you.
That would be a 10.
And that one does get you. Kind of tree trunks around you here.
And you just kind of.
I would like to politely ask it not to.
Please don't do that. Oh, gross.
Yucky.
You hear in the distance.
Why are we not driving away?
God damn it.
As the other two
Yep.
land.
Well,
Okay.
what if we stay?
The drivers are actively freaking out at this point. It's like, we can't deal with one of these. We gotta go now. It's gonna be Indy's turn. Hostle's on deck.
Hostile's still inside that one?
Yes.
Yeah, but he's controlling.
She might not have heard it though.
Oh, fair enough. she
But
might.
everyone is running back to the cards.
So somebody, I feel like Melody would have communicated that if she was not in the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
So everyone's running back to the car. Alright, I get in the car, but I'm still gonna shoot one last arrow at him on my way in.
Doesn't hurt. Unless it breaks the concentration.
Oh, that's a 24.
24 to what? To hit it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hits. Hope you don't kill it.
It
What?
collapses on top of Hostile. He's pinned.
You're attacking the wounded one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What did you have for damage? 9 damage? Okay. Yeah, another one sinks in here and just its tentacles are all slowly giving up. It's already kind of failing pursuit. It's still got a chunk of health left though. But your teammates are running out of the vehicle now and coming back towards you. Want to do anything else? Okay, awesome. Hostile, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to take control of this thing and make it go forward as fast as I can.
Do an animal handling with advantage because you have this device on it.
Okay.
It's one of the dumbest things that's ever happened in this campaign.
You chose to keep the device.
I know.
Clever.
18.
Yeah. As all of your friends leave here, you feel the creature begin to arc backwards here. And then slowly, as the tentacles start reaching out here, slowly but surely it begins to try to roll itself. And it starts rolling forward.
Sweet.
It rolls, picks up speed, it brushes past the car, and then as its momentum goes,
It starts hitting the dunes.
Nice. Awesome.
is everybody in the cars at this
And
point?
we're all in, yeah.
What's the plan? What's the plan, everyone?
Just go. Follow
Right.
follow that one.
As once again, this kicks up a plume of dust, both of these vehicles.
This car whips around here and begins to drive off in this direction here. At this point, because this guy got a little bit of distance here, are you going to keep your creature just inside of here? That'd probably be a good thing for later. You guys begin to pick up speed. Let's say you guys are about right here. Your Vonulet Hostle's a bit ahead of the car, but once again, you guys begin to make your way to max speed, and the plume of dirt begins to appear from behind you again. You guys do have several corrected skill checks at this point, and you do have a pet Vonulet at this point, which is like the size of a small tank. It's big.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, small tank. It's a regular sized tank.
Still a better tank than we had.
Okay. You guys are once again trying to move at these vehicles as max speeds, and you're going forward at this point. What do you guys do? Initiative's broken.
So we're just speeding away from them at this
It's the
point.
same situation as the first time.
Yeah.
Except Hostile now has one.
Yeah. Fucking.
And it's like bouncing ahead of you now, just kind of flinging dust back into your guys' faces at this point.
Realizing the dire situation that we're in, and perhaps feeling frustrated that Maud didn't get to land a single hit on these things, Maud thinks of something that he can do to help, and he realizes that he has the cartridge from Dr. Quattros.
Okay.
And he takes it out, he looks at it, he hesitates for a second, and then he slaps it in.
You put it in. And as you place it into your device here, it kind of does this kind of magnetic sucks into one of the ports here, and you feel like this blue, like a series of blue glyphs kind of fully envelop your entire arm structure here of where it was before. And for the first time since you've gotten your device here put onto your arm, you feel your energy radiating through it.
Ooh.
You feel the power of your Sojin circulating through your arm. It doesn't even feel like it's a prosthetic anymore, but it is. With that chip, it's gone. That cartridge,
Oh.
it evaporated.
It's like
from
just
there.
absorbed into
Yep.
Maud's body.
It's no longer in there.
Interesting.
But that's all it seems to do right now.
Okay. Alright. Hey guys, I got a cool blue arm.
Holy shit.
It didn't do anything.
Huh.
It didn't do it.
It feels pretty alright though. I feel strong.
So is it just glowing constantly?
I don't-
No, it stopped out.
I have a feeling that probably would have faded after a bit, but while it was still.
If you want to do that spell, it does take 10 minutes.
That's
to
what I
cast.
was saying. I know
So-
it takes 10 minutes, but I figured that like I could at least like. I mean, we're not gonna be running
You've
for
at least,
10
you've
minutes.
at least fixed your arm up in a way.
Yeah. So.
I would like to command my shadow spawn to continue ripping apart its Vonulet from the inside.
Perfect. Do it.
As it
It's
rolls
restrained.
along.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just its guts flying out behind it as it rolls. Meanwhile, it's going. Fascinating.
Does a 14 hit? Okay.
It's just sadly its arms are too restrained to get really any sort of core in here. Although it's struggling from the inside as it is focusing its movement on going right now, keeps it from going any faster. In fact, it slows it down considerably as it tries to struggle from the inside.
Alright.
Okay, anyone else? The creatures are gaining on you. There's only 3.
Is one of them my hypnotic pattern?
No. That one's gone.
Well, then I'm still holding on to that concentration.
Anything else you guys are doing at this moment?
Why does that one have a dude on it?
That's Mistress's creature.
Oh,
It's actually inside.
Disturbing.
I want it to Hercules, that bitch.
Are we headed towards like any towns or anything?
You guys are heading toward the end of the strip at this point. You guys are basically heading towards the Iron Bridge. You guys at this point are trying to just gain enough time that you can make it there because these guys can't cross the Iron Bridge.
Yeah, I would just help, just like Melody did in the other card. Just try to help keep a
Make
lookout for
another survival check.
So 17.
17, damn.
Look at that thick man.
Look at that absolute
love him.
bitch.
This thick,
Okay.
thick big man.
Ember's kind of expertise here with the vehicle, her knowledge on terrain and general book smarts are able to help keep the car in a constant what is it called, momentum, and you're able to basically keep the truck from slowing down any further here while you aid in the navigation for your guy here. That's a third pass skill check.
Do it, hurry. Do it.
Okay.
This is soft boy.
Anybody do anything else? Feel free to be creative. You have all your tools at your disposal right now.
My Shadowy Boy is going to keep doing whatever it does when it comes around.
Does anybody in our vehicle have Featherfall?
Hostile does.
Hostile.
But that's not in my
Yeah.
vehicle though.
Nope.
We got rid of Featherfall.
God damn it.
Because Hostile had it.
Because I had the idea that like somebody could, as long as they could like strap themselves in with a seatbelt, they could use Featherfall, and then they'd basically be like effectively weightless and potentially like speed up the vehicle. But if we got rid of Featherfall,
I mean, I can technically drop Hypnotic Pattern on the one because it's probably so far back that it couldn't gain, and then try to do it on another one.
Yeah. Go for it.
I'll do that. So I'm gonna drop
Does
concentration.
Mistress say that?
No.
And I'm
Fisty
gonna start another spell. On
Fisty's
this
ghost
one.
apparently just said
That one?
DC 15
in Melody's
wisdom.
head
It
as
pops-
she
it pops
as she
up
thought
on
about
my
the
tab.
plan.
Fails.
Fuck yeah, it is speed of 0.
Yeah,
And
this
it's
one once again sticks into the ground and is left behind. It just disappears into the dust like the other ones do. But these two here are continually bouncing, and it's ferocious. And there's something about their movements that just instills like this monstrous fear in the desert as they encroach here at these
So
avalanching creatures.
They're just following like sound and tremors, right?
Mhm.
So
Baron.
I have this thing called Infernal Legacy,
Oh,
and it
Sounds cool.
it
says
gives you
that-
just a bunch of spells though.
yeah, but one of them is I can create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of my choice, such as a rumble of thunder, the cry of a raven, or ominous whispers.
Okay.
And so I don't know if maybe I could try to distract them.
You can try.
It's like you create
But
like,
it
over
says
two
within
dice.
range, but it doesn't give me a range, so I don't know what the range is.
Maybe.
I'm assuming that that's thaumaturgy. Let me look at your thing.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so that's a
It's
spell.
in features.
So I think, let me see if I can add that spell to your. Okay, I'm adding the spell to your
It's a
thing because it's a
cantrip.
cantrip. And so now you can go to your spell tab and click on it, and then that'll show you your all the details.
Oh, only 30 feet. That's not that. That's not that helpful.
You can almost reach the one over there.
Well, but
Well,
I
it
would
comes
want to
through
do it away so that they would follow it. Follow the
But could
sound
you
and
do
go
30
away.
feet like that away or something?
Yeah.
Like,
Or like over here.
like that way.
away from the
Yeah.
cars? Like,
Yeah, like
diagonal is 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there's like here.
Yeah.
And so then that
Maybe
way.
it'll- What I was trying to
What's how does a cantrip work differently than a spell?
It doesn't use spell slot. So you can just do it whenever you
But
want.
it says, like on my little features, it says I have to do a long rest before I can do it again.
Oh,
Yeah,
because it uses
so-
a
You
spell.
use it once and then.
It uses a second level spell, is what it says on my.
Yeah, may I?
Hellish Rebuke.
Surprised it's staying.
Oh,
Zero.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
Hellish Rebuke would be the second level spell.
So-
Thaumaturgy is a cantrip that you know and can cast at will.
Oh, okay.
Big big man.
So I want to make a loud sound happen over here.
Oh God.
I'm gonna do
Right here,
Sometimes-
loud
Sometimes you
sound.
just gotta get in there, man.
I'm gonna make a straight luck check here. make like a thunderous like earthquake noise or from a slightly closer distance off there to make it kind of seem like you're veering and changing directions.
Baron is sniffing something over there. Is he eating something?
Probably Kayla's feet.
The creature here continuously locks on. It keeps going towards this, speeding up, and it's gaining.
Holy shit.
This one changes direction just slightly.
Bye, bitch.
Just slightly.
Oh. Farewell, sweet prince.
Also, are you still just bounding forward in the first one?
Yeah.
This is the world's worst amusement park ride you're in right now. You're just constant like slamming into the ground and spinning at infernal speeds, but you're just gripping on, staying like bound inside of this creature.
How are we even going to signal to hostile like when it's time to stop? I guess. Does he still have a stone?
That would be I'd say that's a 4th successful check. Can you guys give me one more? As this creature is like getting to the tail end of you here, just the
Mistress will cast Mage Hand and attempt to shove the one following us.
Just shove it. This is like a kaiju.
Okay. She'll shove it 5 whole feet.
You can try.
Just kind of hoping to slightly redirect it, hoping that it like isn't as great at changing direction as it is.
Yeah, try.
Well, I mean, if you can get a shove on it, like while it's like hopped in the air,
I think that's technically a strength save on its part, actually. But
good luck.
DC 15.
15. Oh yeah, it makes it.
Well, that cost me
The
literally
hand
nothing.
just basically goes into it and just kind of repels off of it here, like putting your finger inside of like a home fan. As it tries to make contact, but it's pure momentum and erratic speed and bouncing is too hard to throw it off right now.
Mistress will out loud say, "Well, fuck."
Okay.
That's amazing.
It gets up to it here, and as it does, the tendrils flail out like someone's skydiving here in different directions. You kind of see this horrible silhouette cast over the van here of just what looks to be like the silhouette of someone falling because of these arms, but it's kind of like flowing like water, the 2 limbs that are out here. And as it lands down here, at least a dozen of them grip onto the side of the car here.
So is its mouth like opening to where we can see it?
The mouth isn't, but the arms are clutching it. The mouth is just kind of digging into the ground, just leaving this massive trail of dust pluming out from here. It's slowing you down considerably.
I would like to ask it politely not to.
Roll a persuasion check.
It looks interested, but that's it. You might not be interested in the conversation.
Can I try to slash at the arms?
You sure can.
Okay. I'm ready for these to fail as well. I guess since we're not in initiative here, it would just be the one.
Just make a slash.
Come on, motherfucker. That's a nat 20.
Nice.
Natural 20 was what weapon are you using?
I was going to use the saw.
Oh, the saw?
Yeah.
So basically mod here. I'm not going to have you roll damage because it's still kind of just like in a check system here.
Right.
As these latch on to the kind of mechanical parts of the vehicle from the side here and begins digging in. You take
Baron.
Idiot. He takes out the saw blade and just like knees to the ground, knees to the foundation of the vehicle here. Brings it in and just like opening up a Thanksgiving turkey, you just grind it across like a violin string here, and just slowly, one by one, these arms like cut loose and whip back into the creature here. And as you get to the last one, whip through your car, just as it's stationary onto the ground.
Nice.
This one seems to be traveling just kind of off in a diagonal direction here.
Shadowy Boy will continue trying to rip it apart from the inside.
Okay, roll an attack here, because it might just start trying to eat you.
Like I said, it's gonna Hercules the bitch.
I added a spell list, your hellish spells, and so those are the 3 that you get with that feature, and so you can go in and like click on them and have the details of them.
Sad. Okay.
Didn't quite.
Well, one was a nat 20, the other was a 6. Does a 13 hit?
You're too restrained right now.
Charles
It's
is
too
dark
hard.
ones.
But as you do, once again, begin thrashing around here, and it's lost track of what it was going after, it stops. And your character spends about 10 minutes resisting being eaten before it finally succumbs.
Okay, that's reasonable.
And you just kind of feel it like, oh, there he goes.
So wait, I have a question. Like, once the, does the shadow person eventually disappear? Just like after a certain amount of time?
He's dead now.
Well, I know, but like, I'm just wondering if like this Vonulid is like halfway through the night just gonna be like, man, I just got really hungry all of a sudden.
I feel like it would de-apparate.
Yeah. So we
as
just
you guys
follow.
are traveling forward here, the people that are running the cars press the buttons at the front of their vehicles, and the convertible beetle shell just kind of folds back over the cars to keep the dirt out, and once again solidifies the windshield, becomes transparent, the windows next to you, as at the horizon, what seems to be like a almost infinitely long black strip becomes available where the sky touches the earth. The Iron Bridge approaches.
Nice.
And as you guys do, almost collectively, like the two of them say, I need you to hold on here. We gotta leap up.
I sit down and buckle in.
Yeah, Mistress will buckle in.
Buckle.
I'll buckle.
As the two of these guys floor, basically, they pull this mechanism over to the side of them here that seems to just kind of give out. They pull it upwards, and basically they release it, and it kind of hits the ground like a hammer. And the wheels from both of these guys here hydraulically launch off the ground. And these two vehicles fly upwards and land on the Iron Bridge.
Wow. What happens to Hostel's Vonulid?
The Vonulid here, okay, Hostel, is going to be a little bit tricky. As you're currently scooting forward here, you can't necessarily see what's going on.
Great.
Your creature would definitely land onto the Iron Bridge, but once it does land here, it stops its bounding motions here. It doesn't really have a lot it can kick up here to really give it some height, and so it basically just starts going into a roll. And as the tentacles start lashing onto the metal bridge, and it being up past midday here, as the arms touch this black hot surface here, just kind of begins sizzling and cooking away. This bridge is hyper hot, and it's almost like it was designed to like keep things from crossing because of its insane heat. The Vonulid starts slowing down dramatically, and it is actively dying on this bridge.
Okay, so is there like an exit point for me?
Yeah, you'd be able to go out the mouth of the shell here, which is pointing in a random direction. So you like kind of
okay,
pop out
well,
like
I'm
you pop
going
up with
to...
the hatch part of a submarine, basically.
Right. I'm gonna rip out the device and just jump and see what happens.
Oh, you're just gonna jump out of the car?
Yeah.
Okay. Ripping out the device here, self-control at the same series of being able to hold on to it here. Once you rip out the device, the tentacles once again begin moving erratically and hungrily towards you. They are going to try to grapple you as you jump out here.
Okay. Actually, would that be an action, or could I take an action?
I'd say that's an action.
Because if I could take another action, I'd like to cast a
jump?
spell.
That's probably... No. What's your action?
Probably.
What is your action?
I want to cast Mirror Image on myself.
Good idea.
Okay.
So 3 illusory duplicates appear of me, and until the spell ends, they move with me, making it impossible to track which one is real. So whenever whenever this creature tries to grapple me, it's gonna have to roll a d20, and it has to roll. Oh wait.
I think.
I roll a d20.
Okay.
and if I roll a 6 or higher, then it will grapple one of my mirror images.
Do it.
That's a 7, so it grabs one of my mirror images.
Jesus. Lucky bastard. Okay. Alright, it grabs one of the mirror. Yeah, the tentacles start lashing forward towards all of the different guys as you basically just go spurting outwards onto the road. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Con save. Okay. 10.
10. Oh man. You land. As you land, it's difficult to pick your hands up off the road, and as you do, the bottoms of your soles of your feet pull off of the ground as well, kind of adhering to the road here, and you
Holy shit.
It's a skillet. These two cars. I assume one of you
It's like slam on our brakes.
begins going back towards you. You are going to take a little bit of damage from this from being on the road.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Yeah, it's just going to be 6 fire damage to you.
To your feeties.
As you start doing the hot man at the pool without the flip flops thing here, but like times 1,000. One of the cars goes, the carapace of it opens up, and sure enough, the vehicle with it was Andy, Melody, and Luau. It opens up, and you're able to get pulled in.
I hope he falls on Luau.
The creature, as it starts lashing about and start reaching towards these apparitions,
Falls in her
eventually, one by one, these arms slap onto the ground and start cooking. 1, 2, 3, and there's nothing left. It's just kind of this splayed out, like rock octopus that's becoming baked sushi on the road.
God.
The carapace closes again. They're like, we got to keep moving on this. The tires can't withstand too much time on the road while being stationary. Let's continue this way. If we follow the road west even further, we should be able to get you guys out of the strip.
All right.
That'd be great.
And from that point, you guys enter the Iron Road, and you travel westward for the rest of the evening. Aside from storms that happen adjacent to you from your left to your right, you see off in the distance what seems to be sand twisters just kind of slowly cutting through the landscape. The dawning of kind of the luck you had in the situation is kind of nice because you heard these creatures travel in swarms of like 20. The fact that as few of them woke up as possible is probably due to the fact that you guys traveled during the day, which is smart. At night, there's no guarantee how many there would have been.
Wow.
Right now, you guys travel. This would count as a short rest if you need it. No one took too much damage. They mostly just kind of ate hostile.
They roped us up a bit.
Yeah. But as of now, you are free to keep going. Is there anything you guys would like to do while you guys are currently traveling here?
Yeah, I wanted to have that conversation with
Cloudman.
Cloudman.
Kluben.
Yeah.
Wait, is he in ours?
Yeah, he's in ours.
Yeah, that was a big argument and trying to force him to be in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Hey, Cloudman.
Oh, hello.
You doing okay?
I am feeling very warm.
Yeah. I'm just thankful that we're not inside of a big bug.
That was crazy.
big
It is
bug.
like land sushi.
That's an oddly solid grasp on the semantics of English there. I agree.
When we get to the city, we will be having land.
I'm sorry.
We will have to eat land sushi.
We'll have to.
We'll have to.
Wait,
Okay.
did you say something?
I had something I've been wanting to bring up with you though, but we've been
we've been traveling with Lua, and now that she's in a separate vehicle, I think it's a good time to have this talk before we get
It
to
is
New
good.
Atlanta.
After all, she cannot hear us, especially from a distance.
Well, as far as we know. But
Oh, that
I'll
is
start
right.
like patting down in the thing to make sure there's no invisible people.
No,
I mean, she could have switched cars.
she didn't. There's
Okay.
no one in here. With
Okay, yeah.
Can't be too sure.
So the whole reason that she's even tagging along with us is because she wants to go to the same place that we're going. She wants to go to your home city. I mean, I know that you're aware of this, but like, is this not something that troubles you? Like, this is a really dangerous person.
The city is not in danger. The city is old, almost as old as the beginning of time, as far as our culture knows. If it can survive the toils it has, one little person will danger it. But I am curious as to why she wants to go there. Maybe she just wants to escape this planet. I do not blame her after all of this. But it is strange. I've never met this person before.
That's the thing I keep running through my head. Why would she have any business? And I have to think that there's just... She has some kind of business that only she knows of, but beyond just rabid curiosity, I don't know what it could be.
I do not believe it has to do with men of heirs. I feel like I would have heard or seen of her in the business. Maybe there is simply something of personal interest on the city that maybe we can ask her. Although I would not be doing the talking, I would rather die than talk to that maniac.
Fair.
I mean,
Dramatic.
I haven't really done any talking to Luas so much. I don't know how much she'd appreciate talking to me, and I'll be honest, I don't really want to break bread with her either. But
Absolutely, you have made the right decision.
but I think that you're right that we probably should have this talk. She doesn't lie as far as we know. I mean, she says over and over again she doesn't lie, and she has yet to prove herself otherwise. So.
But at this point, honestly, she might just leave us alone. If she goes to where I go, she goes off on her own path. It might be safest just to not acknowledge her. Or maybe that is a part of the plan, and we are about to walk into some giant trap fly and get mushed.
Well,
Trap fly.
trap fly. I mean, that's the risk we're taking here. We're trading our potential safety later on for immediate security now with her help. Although it would have been really nice for her to help us out just a bit ago. But whatever, I'm not bitter about that.
I wonder why she stayed invisible. Why is she invisible anyway?
Well, the only thing that I can think of is that she needs to stay hidden from Legion higher ups. I mean, I imagine that with the kind of reputation that the kind of power she has gains, she has to have something that she's done that makes her a target, or maybe she, the bounty hunter, has a bounty on her head herself. But it's anyone's guess.
It is fair. I just wish it would stop. It makes things difficult. We have already lost friends to someone who isn't even interested in us.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, get out of the dice.
Little bastard.
Well, I will think about it, but if we can talk, it would be nice.
Right there to lay down, sweetheart.
Maybe in our next stop we'll trade a few words and
Good time.
see what we can come up with. I mean, asking her wouldn't hurt.
Yes, it might.
Well,
True.
well, in
Seen her
retrospect, we
hands.
could have asked her in the first place, but
Well, here we are. We have not done that.
yeah. You're right though. I shouldn't assume anything. It could go badly. I'll probably talk. I mean,
It is best to keep our guard up and understand that there is other forces at work.
Yeah.
I will be vigilant if you shall be as well.
Yeah, let's not make any hasty decisions going forward. Let's not jump into the proverbial maw of the Vonulid, as it were. And I like shoot a glance over at the other car, and then look back at Cloudman and say,
This is
say,
really nice, though. I was not expecting to see a Vonulid so far from home. These are so tiny.
oh,
Oh yeah, they are large.
Cloudman lives in Australia.
They are the Vonulids
Space
come from the
Australia.
city. They fell down from the city.
Oh no.
These are just like they grow according to their environment, like fishies in a tank.
how do you even like how do you coexist when something that large and that dangerous lives, I assume, relatively close by?
Oh, our city is broken up into provinces. The Vonulids stem from the province of Vanul and cannot leave from the territory because the territory's habitat perfectly suits them. Also, the city does not allow them to. It is weird how nature works up there, but it is also beautiful, and is why so many people worship the city and treat it like a higher being. Everything coexists as it sits in its place. Nothing goes out of awry. If that makes sense.
How big is your homeland? Like if they have an entire desert to encompass, and they're smaller than the ones that you're used to, like
The provinces of the city are broken up into 8 large lands in which we all coexist in. And they take up large explorable lands. I in my entire life have never visited the entire city. In fact, I've only probably went to 1 or 2 provinces.
yeah.
But at the same time, I try not to question it because that is simply how the world was meant to function. The more I interfere in what is bigger than me, the more trouble I seem to cause. And this is much bigger than me. It might be trouble I might not be able to fix if I cause.
It sounds like where you come from, everything is very. I mean, maybe it's not so different from our world, but it seems very. Everything has an order to it. Everybody has their specific place.
There is something very surreal about living on the city. It is like the ground breathes underneath you. It is like the entire landscape is but one ecosystem that controls the beings off of it. Like we are but a small fish swimming on a much bigger fish. And we are at its mercy. And so, of course we follow the current, because if we do not, we are lost.
That's fair, I guess. It
You'll
would
have
make-
to see it for yourself. It is amazing.
Well, and if that's the case, it would make sense that whenever somebody tries to rock the boat, they're literally going against the current.
Well, if this is what Lua wants to do, and when she gets to the city, she will find out the hard way that that is not how life works.
Well, maybe we'll just let her find out that way then.
Oh, yes.
Alright.
Well, if there is nothing else you need from me, I will take a small nap. I am very, my ego is slightly bruised from this. I did not land a single hit.
So it's
Wait,
okay.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get a single hit until the end, and I had some stationary tentacles to swing at.
Oh, we
so
are both useless. It is fine.
That's
We
true.
just will not tell anyone else.
I mean, they were all there.
Oh.
It's okay. We won't bring it up, and they probably won't think about it.
Okay, okay. As the sun begins to get further down the sky here, it's been about 4 hours of driving here. There's this really big drop from both cars as you both exit the road and hit back onto dry land. And the sand transitions into dirt as you guys reach the far western side of the continent. past the strip. There's only one more location to go. As you guys cross over here, the cars come to a stop, and the carapaces open up for you guys to get out. The workers here begin to address you. They're like, "Yeah, we would, in a normal situation, we'd be more than happy to, especially researchers for the project, bring you to a more secure location. But as of right now, while we're so close to wrapping up and leaving the outpost, we can't risk leaving Larian by herself there any longer, especially with whatever that's unknown at the project's origin. We do hope you guys find safe travels to wherever you're going, but this is where we depart.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks for the adventure. I wasn't expecting you guys to make it out alive once that little man went in there.
Thank you, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Thanks for the stories.
Tiny big
You're
man.
welcome.
The lids close. The cars whirl around. Jump back onto the road.
What said those little headphones
It's at this point that the 7 of you are standing out on this kind of grassy area here, left to your devices. After the cars leave their range here, a figure next to you breaks her invisibility.
Yep.
Bitch. Thanks for all your help, Lua.
I'm not your friend.
I didn't say you were.
Then why would I help you?
I don't know why you helped us up until this point.
Because I had something I needed from you then, and I have that now.
God, I want to punch her so
And what do I
bad.
need to do? You guys survived. No one got seriously hurt.
I mean,
You didn't even need my help.
You're right, we didn't.
I mean,
Bye.
if Cloudman had died, then we literally would not have been able to finish our quest, and you're wanting to go to the same place we are.
Oh, I wouldn't have let him die. I'm not a fool. Well,
Alright.
She's annoying me. I'll walk away.
here we are.
You walk away.
So,
Shut up.
do you want to get this over with?
Get what over with?
Her departing from the party.
You
Yes.
begin to apparate magic. Who's dying next?
No.
Wait, we can boss fight?
Dibs. Roll initiative.
I am begging to see just how weak Hot John truly was if he couldn't handle this group of misfits. So here's the deal. I pick another one of you off.
You have a great sense of humor.
Okay.
Huh.
Her frown kind of
Getting
breaks
me
into a
'cause I've been
smile
fucking
again.
with her.
I honestly feel like you would want some sort of justice for your friend, but here we are. You're just gonna let me go? Then I'll go. Be that way. Leave with your life. I'll be close behind. And if one day you do want to square up with me, come find me. Until then, I'll be ever so gracefully at a distance.
Yep, just keep skulking in the shadows.
What's wrong, Bendy? You seem upset.
Just my personality.
Fair.
Just
Constantly upset.
Goodbye.
part of the teenagers
For now. Figure dimension doors away.
Bye.
Do we see her pop up like 300 feet away?
Perception check.
She just like smoke bomb, and then we just see her behind a tree.
I'll make a perception check.
It's like Gina when she
That's
leaves
7.
9-9.
Yeah.
She's like,
7th, no, she's gone. You don't know what direction she went in. Okay. Well,
She's married to Jordan Peele. I can't get over it.
I know, I love it.
throughout
Yeah, that
understands.
seems like such an interesting.
It is 7-1. We could have taken her.
Cloudman,
I
we
don't think we
couldn't
could've.
take her.
What do you mean? There are 7 of us.
She a powerful
Maybe
bitch.
when we're
So are
It's not
we.
worth our time.
maybe
right
when
now.
we've learned more. This will not be the last time we see her.
Yeah,
True.
we may have another chance at her, and if we don't have to fight her, I don't really want to.
I honestly hope it is the last time. I threatened to kill her the first time I ran into her, and I have lied ever since running into her. I am embarrassed, I am annoyed, and I do not want to see her again.
I hold Cloudman's hand.
I do not need your hand.
Meow.
Sorry.
You hurt my feelings.
I do not feel like I have done justice to you with you losing your friend after a day of knowing me, and that we let them walk away with nothing.
Sometimes walking away is the best option. I'm not really prepared to lose anyone else.
That is fair. Okay.
Like, you know me, Cloudman, and if Maud and I are like, maybe let's be cautious, we should probably be cautious. Because normally we're like, balls to the walls, chaos.
A little
Well,
bit.
it looks like we will be walking for a few. Is that alright with everyone? I have no other way of getting there.
How far is it?
I want to
to walk
piggyback
to
ride
walk?
Cloudman.
You'd probably be able to look up some sort of GPS ping on your phone here, but you're basically on the like right on the west coast. You'd be traveling kind of northern at this point here,
Yeah.
kind of more northwest towards the beach, and it'd be on foot. It's gonna be like either like an all night and all day the next day kind of walk, or
Ugh.
you could always see about commissioning someone to
Like
pick you
call
up
an Uber.
some other way,
Yeah.
because you guys are just out in the middle of the grassland at this point.
Yeah, what if we just
Oh.
call her, right?
As we're thinking about this, I turn to Hostel and I say, "Hey, Hostel, didn't Fuzzy have something to give to you?"
Yeah. Where's the
I've had my staff open like since he told me to.
I wouldn't say it's been open this whole time, otherwise the people in the outpost would have lost their minds at you. Now that we're here, yeah, you can open it up.
Yeah, I'll open it up.
Flashback.
Sitting here, then you might start walking a little bit. Takes about 30 minutes, but sure enough, in the setting sun sky, you see this little red dot beginning to appear. Just kind of like, just like a kind of disproportionately slow bird. And it travels towards your location. And sure enough, after enough flying, this bright red bat begins fluttering towards Hostel, and just kind of perches, or it doesn't perch. It kind of starts flying in front of your face, and it's carrying in its grip like a little vial.
I reach for the vial.
You grab it, and the creature begins to fly off back into the sky.
Poor thing. It's probably been flying for like 3 days straight.
As it goes up, inside this vial here is a small rolled up little note. It is
It's just
pretty damp. It's
Gross.
It's a wet little note.
It's
awful.
It's a fuzzy note.
And what that scroll is wrapped around in is what seems to be like a needle, like a small little hairpin or a needle like that, like a clothespin.
Okay.
Okay. Do you read the note?
Yeah.
Dear fucker,
Classic.
I can't make this work again, so don't waste this. If you're in trouble, break this pin. I'll know it's broken. Make sure the sniff stone is out. We'll find you.
Hostel. Is that a love note?
Yeah, sure, why not? And I put it in my pocket.
Okay.
All of their
You,
interactions are love.
I think it actually is. You seem kind of embarrassed by it.
Yeah. Is it a dick pic? Is there a dick pic in there?
I do not want to see that dick pic.
Neither do I.
Yeah,
have to
sure.
look at it.
I kinda do.
Yeah, it's definitely a dick pic.
Andy's like, I just want to
Okay, yeah, I don't want to see it, but I have to know. Can you like
Make a deception
Is
check.
it-
Terrible.
Yeah, tell
No,
me.
it's
Tell-
already
tell
in
me
my
when to
pocket.
stop.
I put it in my pocket.
Okay, I'll start
That new girl.
No, you're kidding. You're kidding. Okay, we're just gonna start again.
Okay. Alright, you guys continue walking. Okay. The sun goes from setting to set. The stars along the west coast begin to shine. Mostly above you, not so much north, where the cities grow rampant vibrant. As you travel here along this expanse, now that nighttime has occurred here, do you guys have anything specific you want to talk about amongst yourselves, or before I move on?
Where
Hey, Mistress Ember, do either of you have a ring that I could borrow for a second?
a ring?
A ring.
No, I don't wear jewelry.
Yeah, I'm not usually one for shiny things.
Alright, well, whenever we get to our next town, I'm gonna have a present for one of you.
Alright.
Bit.
Maud, as you travel along here, do you remember the conversations you had before you reached the outpost about learning the truth about what was going on with the project and the attempts that the operator made to you to gain you to his side? And, those phrase words basically ended with check on this case, and then when you're done, let me know what your opinions are. Basically, like, I want to know what you think when you find out what you find out. You're left with more questions than you came in with, but there's always a location to go to. You have a number in your phone. No guarantees on if you'll be able to get anything out of it.
is the number just the operator's number that I had been speaking with prior?
You have
Or is this
private line, yeah, and you of course have your Brave Mind.
Right,
Brave
the
Mind
actual
call
operator
too.
number. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Why not? I'll basically just like tell everybody like, hey, I gotta make a phone call real quick, and keep walking. I'll catch up. I'll just hang back a little ways, and I will call.
Who you
back.
calling?
Huh?
Who you calling?
I'm calling Fuzzy to tell him how terrible his dick pic was.
Oh, you're calling.
You're gonna hurt his feelings,
You're calling
Maud.
your girlfriend.
So there was one?
Maud, do you have a girlfriend?
He has a girlfriend.
A girlfriend?
Why'd you tell Cloudman about your girlfriend and not us?
No.
He did not tell me. I just know.
No, it's
obvious.
That's,
Chloe, how
what
did
do
you-
you mean it's obvious?
We all knew. I was not going
He
to
seems
say.
pretty stealthy. You probably just figured it out.
No, I was not stealthing.
Insight?
I don't actually know.
Insight?
It was just. I think
Why
it's-
would you lie
fine.
about that? Now we
I
like
think
called
that's-
him out.
I was joking.
It really hurt my feelings that he didn't tell me about his personal
He
life
does
like
not have
that.
a girlfriend. You have a
I
girlfriend?
know.
Okay.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Oh no,
That's
that's is right. You like Christmas.
Yeah, no. I've already said that, but that's more of a platonic crush.
Gross.
Platonic
He's-
crush.
Yeah, I like throwing him. He's fun to throw.
That's a king.
But anyway, yeah. In all seriousness, I'll tell Hostile. I'll tell Hostile like I'm
He's just doing time.
I need a second to myself to kind of gather my thoughts, because I mean I don't want to keep anything from you guys. Like I'm going to call the gray coat that I was in contact with, but I feel like surrounded by you guys that I mean this is my business, and I mean I'll tell you whatever you want to know, but you know this is kind of my call to make.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Alright.
We don't have our demons.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, we're not your parent.
Okay.
We're not gonna like monitor your cell phone. We were mostly just teasing you.
I mean, don't worry. I'm not. It's okay. Don't worry. I'm not planning on joining the Grey Coats or anything. That's insane.
You better not, because then you're dead to me.
Wait.
Oh shit!
It's not.
I'm joking.
You can't.
Sure.
I'm joking.
Yeah, you don't. Even if that is what Maud is thinking, you as the DM, you don't even know that. Anyway, yeah, no, I'll hang back a ways until I'm kind of out of earshot, and I will.
Okay, yeah, you drift back as the group begins to saunter forward here in their place.
I cast invisibility and stay close.
Holy shit!
Okay. Roll stealth with advantage.
I'll still hear the
With
words.
advantage?
It's
I guess he's
Invisible.
invisible, so yeah.
Do we see him cast invisibility?
That's the whole point of invisibility.
Vanishes.
He's gone.
He's like
That's a
walking in
dirty
front of
point.
us, and then he
It's a
suddenly
dirty
disappears.
I don't think he hid. Yeah. He didn't say. Probably.
I mean, I definitely hit it for Mod, but
Yeah.
I
Not
don't
the
care if
rest of
everyone
us.
else knows.
Yeah.
Dirty 20?
little
I mean,
shit.
as far as you know, you're alone.
Great. Okay.
Passive wouldn't think that.
No, it would not. Mod's not good. It's good with yeah.
Okay. Hanging back. You
Yeah.
have your phone.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and call that that outside number.
You call, it rings for a little bit, then it answers. Hello, this is Operator Flail.
Do you don't have to. This is your personal line. You don't have to keep up the charade every time that I call you.
More than just you have my number. You do realize that.
I suppose, but I mean, this is right now. This is just you and me, and you know I'm calling. You have my number.
You grow serious very fast. What did you learn?
I mean, I asked them about the experiment, and they went over the details with me that they had been experimenting on various prisoners and people who had, for one reason or another, defected from the Legion, and they're playing with powers that are not just beyond their scope, but that are beyond anybody's. Like they're playing God essentially, and I fear that one of my best friends got wrapped up in this, but I.
The girl, right? The girl involved in the attack. Who do you think has been pulling away those records?
Why would you want those gone?
I wasn't pulling them away to hide. Pulling them away as evidence. When the time comes to incriminate those that need to be taken down, we have everything we need. This was info that was asked for me to remove. I removed it, but I kept it. Your friend was sacrificed for their gain. She confronted the captain. She dealt with his full force, and at the end of the day was forced to confront a known doom. The subject, the volunteer for Operation 36OD, was the past operator Ballista. Is she still alive?
If you could even call it that.
Did they care?
They didn't. If
Did
they
they-
did, they didn't show it.
How can I help you?
What I want to know is you're taking away evidence so that you can use, but you guys, you want to you want to take down the Legion like by violent means. Like,
Who said we wanted to use violent means?
I mean, you're digging underground tunnels in secret for some kind of an invasion. Like, there's.
What do you want to know about us?
What's.
If you can ask any question that can allow us your trust, I want you to know that we can help you. But you need to do the same for us. What do you want to know?
What even is your end game here? Because to me, it seems like you have acknowledged the corruption within the Legion, how they're playing with lives and they're playing with powers that are far beyond what anybody should be responsible for. They have a, I mean, I acknowledge they have this grip on the country, but I don't get the sense that you're trying to help. I just get the sense that you're trying to replace. And how is that any better?
Myself and my counterparts included each represent a faction of this world that the Legion has harmed. My late friend Border and the soldiers that have been oppressed, thrown out, and hunted by the collectors. Those in the sky that are being pushed and locked away in a civilization where they're not even allowed outside of their own homes. The scores and scores of beings, the folly races that are still being held captive under the ground in result of the old war. The entirety of the civilization across the sea from us that receives oppression if even spoken to in the wrong name. And then you have the beings that are affected in the very experiment that you witnessed the other day. A whole...
Jesus.
She's the worst.
I'm so irritated. Like, I don't. I don't know what
Okay, it's like, I got her.
deal is. Like,
How about-
nobody's even close to her.
Okay.
It's the same way with Tiger.
I think and I were close to her.
Well, yeah, but she doesn't have an issue with you all.
Okay, okay.
But she does love me.
Okay, okay. Everyone here has been forced into the dark to hide from a monster that stomps above. Well, we're sick of hiding. If we can get those 5 out in the open and stop them, then we can be free. Everything that occurs now is just a repeat of history from far past. And we can stop it. It doesn't have to be like this. People don't have to die for knowledge. People don't have to hide from a series of armed legionnaires trying to reclaim powers that was never theirs in the first place. People don't have to suffer in their cells far below the earth, where they've never seen the light of day. People no longer have to sit behind a vast ocean and wonder when a plane is going to show up and take their homes away from them. You've seen what they've done. I shouldn't have to explain anymore. Each of us represents a light, here to illuminate those that are hiding in the shadows. Us 5 lights are being guided by a single lantern. The lantern that hangs high above, even further than the reach that the Legion can reach. Even higher than the city. Right where the moon sits. We are the moon's lantern. And we will reclaim this planet. But we need your help.
assurance is there that if you reclaim the planet, as you say, that whatever governing body you set up in place of the Legion is not just going to continue this cycle. You said it yourself that you're repeating history. Like what you take over and then what?
We cannot grow if we do not change. As long as we stay captured in this cell, we cannot strive for anything better. We do not know if our future will be better, but we know it won't be if we stay where we are. If we continue being fed poison, we will die. So we choose to look for our own food source. And you can help us make that choice. You relate more than me. We're not so different, you and
I don't think that there's as much in common between you and me as you think, because I see this as that what the Grey Coats are doing as a essentially a glorified power grab, and those are not aligned with my interests.
You still have time. I want you to come to the conclusion on your own. And if you need help, you have my number. But for now, there are pieces of this plan that are in motion. There are steps that are being interfered with. That, if you could take the steps in the right direction for us, you would only prove your place in the new world. You carry with you a fugitive. A fugitive known only by the name Escar-gooooo, the man of heirs for the Sky People.
Oh no.
He's meeting with the lights that hangs above Tremlane, known to the Legion, terminal to us. Bring him to terminal, and when the time comes, make sure he doesn't fight back. Escar-gooooo is a danger to us, and if he continues to run around with the artifacts that he possesses, we will not be able to move forward. You can make your choice, but he will be waiting for you. Is there anything else you need from me, my liege?
Holy shit.
I have a lot of things to think about, but don't think for a second that I trust you.
He's trained you well, I see. The Lantern didn't used to be against us. In another world, this all would have been over already. Very well. I'll bid you to your weddings. Goodbye, Flail. The phone hangs up.
And with this, I think that Maud, with just the weight of everything, just kind of collapses and weeps.
I like to think while you guys were talking that I'm like laughing with Cloudman and being like, let me just ride on your back. Come on, like you're so tall. I want to see what it looks like from up there, please. And we're just like having like this like best friend montage while you're over there like, yeah, bring him to us, and you look and we're like,
Yeah.
Also drops his invisibility and like helps you up.
You motherfucker!
Yeah, you'd be able to go up to Maud, who is recovering from the contents of the call.
Holy shit.
Yeah, Maud just kind of like pushes Hostel away, like not aggressively, just like a I don't want you to touch me right now. And I just like he just stands to his feet.
You do like I do while I'm drunk and throwing up.
Don't push us away. I've been doing that my whole life. You don't want to start being me.
I'm not.
There's only room for one.
I'm not trying.
emotional
I'm not trying.
dysfunction.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the only one who'd be fucked up. It's kind of what I get there. No, I'm not. I'm not trying to push anybody away. I just needed a minute, and I appreciate that you're looking out for me. I know that you didn't have any ill intent, but I've got stuff I'm dealing with. Like my best friend is a tree. I've got this. Yeah, he's made Mon's Rocket Raccoon. I've got.
I am Ballusto.
Oh God. I've got. I've got the very people that were trying to fight. Trying to recruit me to their side and thinking that they can do it, and I don't trust them, but I don't trust the Legion either, and I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know what I should fight for. The only thing I can do is just continue to fight with my friends and for what I believe is right. And if that happens to align with what the Legion wants us to do, then so be it, I guess. But I feel lost. I don't know what I should be doing.
That's rough.
I mean, you know me. There's no love lost between me and the Legion. But it also seems to me that these people who are actively fighting against the Legion are going to be a much better force than the Legion. So, why don't we just say fuck both parties and we do what's best for us?
I think as long as we can do the most amount of good for the most people, then we're in a good place. I just wish that for the world as a whole there was a better option, because I'm struggling because I am at a place where I could make a difference, and I that chance that has been offered to me is something that I can't commit to, because I have no assurance that in the end I'll end up doing less harm than I would have otherwise. So, I agree. Let's fight for ourselves. Let's fight for our friends, and let's do what we can.
Yeah, I don't think we necessarily need to subscribe to one side or the other. I mean, if you want to do the best amount of good for the most amount of people, I certainly don't think that either the Legion or the Grey Coats are that. I think there has to be a third option. There's always a third door.
Yeah.
There is a third door. Welcome to the Manaverse.
What? How long have you been here?
Am I on his back?
Sold.
Am I on his back? Hi-ho!
Jesus Christ. You people.
I'm like hugging around Cloudman's neck.
We do not need a government or a secret organization. We have each other. As corny as that sounds, if we die, we die. At least we are here.
Get inside there, bud.
I'm ready.
I messed that up. I will back away now.
How do we join the Man of Airs? I'm ready.
It is simple. We make our way back to the city. let me go to my office. I have all the tools I need to get my job back.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
You have all helped me with this over these days. I feel once we make it back, everything will work just perfectly.
Okay.
And I can never forget the gratitude that I owe you. I can only hope that one day you all will forgive me.
Forgive you for what?
This is not your fight.
Yeah, you know us. We like kicking
And this
ass.
fight is not over. If I can apologize now, I will also apologize for the future.
I mean, really, all that. I was just talking. Like Austin and I were just saying, the only thing that we can do is fight for the people that we care about, and I'll be damned if that's not what we're doing right now.
Would you say we all reach a rest for the evening? I do not even know what direction we are walking. Oh,
What direction are we walking?
I hope west, northwest. That's what I think we're supposed to be going.
northwest.
Northwest.
Like west.
I thought you said west.
Well,
Meta. I want to clarify something from the phone call. So, Nameless said that Cloudman is supposed to have a meeting with Trimline. Like, is there already something? Like, is he going to meet with him?
that's what it sounded like.
Okay.
Basically, the summation of that is Cloudman is trying to meet with, is going to Tremlane. And
That's why he
when
wants
the time
to.
comes, he needs to be handed over to him.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll say. I mean, before we turn in though, I did gain some information, and I think that once again, Cloudman, you and I gotta have a talk.
Oh man. I'm in trouble.
Well, you may or may not be in trouble.
What does that mean?
I'm a little confused on the details here, but I was informed, and who knows, maybe they were lying to me, but I was told that it sounds like you're going to be meeting with Trimlane, one of the 5 Arknights.
Tremlane is not one of the Arknights.
Oh, he's not? Okay, sorry.
No, he's one of the Grey Coats, one of the Lights.
Well, I know he is, but Terminal is...
Terminal's not one of the Arknights.
Okay, never mind. I thought he was.
No.
My bad.
Yeah, because it's what? Fuel, fauna.
Fuel, Fauna, Scope, Siege, and Crest are the 5. Then there's the Captain.
Okay, sorry. I thought that... For some reason, I thought that...
No, Terminal is one of the names that was brought up in the Ancient Gauntlet as... And is...
Okay, for some reason I thought that he had like a deeper Legion association.
He does. He's
Okay.
just not. He's not one of the
Okay,
5.
cool. So I wasn't completely lost. Okay, cool. Anyway. Yeah.
Terminal is, well, it's not easy for me to say this because I do not want to set anybody up. What did he tell you?
All he told me was that you were going to have a meeting with him, and that if I wanted to benefit the Grey Coat cause, then I should basically hand you over when that meeting comes.
Cloudman.
Which I don't plan to do, but I need to know what's happening here.
Cloudman gets this kind of look of worry on his face. They're still after me, after I do all this for them. I felt I could shake them. Terminal is the current forerunner for the Manaveris Association. He controls the building in which our embassy is based on the city. He is the reason why I have been kicked out of my home.
Was it Terminal's decision, like he himself just like made the call?
After my travels with your friend, my travels throughout the city, our pilgrimage, when we returned, I was imprisoned. I was betrayed, kept underground for several weeks. I was told if I could find him, the person that talks to you all, if I could track him down, then I would be allowed to go back home. But I want him dead more than anybody, because if he continues to run the association, then they win. I wanted to gain a group of friends that would possibly help me take him out. Because the Man of Heirs will continue to die with him sitting in that throne. Terminal is an evil man. People have only died working under him. He doesn't care for any life. And he does not care for us, my people. I will get my job back. If you'd help me or not. And if you want to turn me into him when the time comes, I suppose I will have to fight you as well.
Like I said, I have no intention of turning you in. That's not something that's going to happen. That being said, I mean, we agreed to help you get back, but it was not something that we had discussed that...
I know. I just had no idea how I'm supposed to ask this. When I reach my destination, I am fully fine if we are to part ways. What happens will happen.
I mean...
I still have one piece left I need before I confront Terminal, before I can go home. And it is in New Atlanta City, where we're going.
Are these... From another thing that I gathered from my talk just now, is what we're gathering is not just your personal effects. These are weapons that are a threat to the lights.
Me and your friend went on a pilgrimage through the city to build something. And we did. And these people, these lights, they need them. As long as I hold them. And he pulls out the rusted red dagger that he had been using for the majority of the time with you. If I have this and I am not on his side, then I am his enemy. Your friend had one of these too. I went to retrieve it, but he was already gone. So I am hoping that I can make do with what I have and strike when I get the chance. As he holds this ugly, beaten up, handmade dagger. We traveled the city for a month to make this tiny little shit dagger. And all we have done is cause troubles. But it is truly a marvel. I will not give it up so easily. He puts it back in his hilt.
I mean, we've already come this far, and like you said, you never set the expectation that we would help you in any kind of a fight. But after idiots, I mean, after we've come this far, I don't think that any of us here will, are going to say no to helping you with this. I mean, maybe that's just me talking and wanting to get back at these people for trying to manipulate me, especially if, as you say, all that Trimlane has caused is just death and destruction. When
Tremlane is no man of God. He is no man of heirs, and I shudder to call him a man.
The Greycoat I was speaking with made it sound like their organization was solely for good, but if that many people are dying just to achieve this goal, and if it's in a way that's so callous and uncaring of life, then I don't think it's something that I can get behind.
Well then, I suppose your friend will have to be disappointed over his phone call. I thank you then. I do not wish to get you more involved than you have to, but it is already this late and we have come this far. I will not stop now, even if I am by myself. I have too much to lose. Even though I thought I had nothing. I have people I need to save.
So basically, long story short, I guess, if Tremlane is not removed from his seat of power, then that's more and more of your people who will die.
If Tremlane is doing the opposite of what the Man of Airs was supposed to do. The Man of Airs was supposed to connect the ground with the sky. Our people were supposed to coexist. The people down here do not even know what I am. We have no resources from above. Everything that we gain, our food supply, our resources, our materials dug from the soil, are all being transferred to the Legion on the planet. We have nothing and we are dying, and it is because of Tremlane. It is because of Terminal. We are visited by a parasite. And I will save them.
I'll hold out a hand to Cloudman and I say, well, let's go fuck him up.
I will like to sleep though.
Well, yeah, we will sleep.
I'm not going right now.
But
or I can. I do not know how much longer we have to travel, but if we can, we can.
yeah, no, let's we should definitely get
Melody's fallen asleep
some
on his back.
Oh.
On his back.
God, man.
Oh.
I'll turn to everybody else and be like, are y'all good with taking down Tremlane? Or is it just gonna be me and Cloudman?
Mon's voice just lulls me to sleep.
Come with you
every
this far?
Thanks. It's just my voice.
It's like a
Well, you didn't even have
lullaby.
to ask me. I'm
Oh, that's Caitlin's.
Well, I know that. Also, I knew you were down. I wasn't so much asking you.
Is this yours? Is this yours? baby?
Throw it away.
Is this yours?
It looks like it's Baron's.
Just pop it in her mouth.
Just
Just
get a
bite
little
out
pop
of
it.
it.
Just pop it. Pop it.
Anyway.
I remember that game.
Anyway.
Twisted.
As
Andrew, I just rolled.
Oh no.
oh no.
What? What happened?
Yeah, but what were you rolling for?
Now
Rolling to sleep.
Does that mean you stay up all night? Or you pass out? I'm confused.
As everybody is drifting to sleep here, I guess it's just kind of like a makeshift camp here in the middle of the prairie. Cloudman does kind of nestle over, tries to set Melody down softly. Does nestle over to Hostile, who I assume you separated yourself from the group a little bit.
As always, yeah.
He does come up to you here.
Okay.
Hey, my friend, I know we have not talked.
I know we have not talked in a few, but we are running a little low on time. Do you care for one last language lesson?
No, let's do it.
Of course. This time, he skips the prayer.
Hey, whoa. Don't you need to do the prayer?
Do you really need the prayer?
I mean, I thought it was like part of it.
He gives you kind of a sad, a little worried look. Very well. He sits cross-legged next to you here, and he sticks his dagger into the ground here, and he holds his hand over it, and he begins reciting a Syocton prayer. What do you do?
I'll just kind of like basically close my eyes like and prepare.
All right, and do you mimic his motions?
Yeah.
It's been some time. I'm glad to see you again.
Yeah, we've been a little busy. Sorry.
Oh. Everything's always so quiet for me. Being busy sounds like it'd be quite the luxury. When no one else is around, time just kind of sits. Thank you. Once again for caring.
Yeah, it seems like this is probably going to be our last time to talk, so I wanted to make sure it...
Oh, I'm sorry. Is
hi.
everyone leaving?
Well, it seems like I can only find you and talk to you whenever a certain person's around, and it sounds like that may be not a thing anymore after this time.
Oh, that is a shame.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps another day then. Hopefully.
Hey, I feel like I've asked you this before, but like, do you know what you are?
I know that I was born very recently. And I know there are many of me. I can hear them at night.
Really?
I hear them crying. But I can't do anything.
Do you have any way to contact them?
I can contact you.
Can you contact me any other time than whenever when like times like now?
I only talk to you when I'm able to see you. And I see you now.
How can you see me?
You are touching me. You are holding me. I'm able to see through you. I see the man sitting in front of you. A dark man. Deep in thought. Is this normal?
I mean, I've never talked to someone like this before, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not a thing.
I rarely get to talk like this either. Thank you again.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be sad that we don't get these talks anymore.
I have learned much from this. I believe by the time we finish talking, we won't need them. If I can grow, then I'm sure you have grown as well. And hopefully other nice people will come and talk to me. But until then, I'll wait. I'll wait until the dark man brings me somewhere else.
Is there anything I can do to help you?
If only I really knew what was going on. you could perhaps find others like me, and help them the same way you helped me. I would really appreciate that. And by the way, I hope you can forgive me.
What do you mean?
I believe I've met one of you before.
Who's that?
I believe I hurt them very badly.
Do you know who?
Of course.
Are you ready for your lesson?
Fuck!
Ah.
What?
Are you ready for your lesson, Chrisman?
God damn it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's at this point where you are sat down and for several hours in the night here taught. You have a full understanding of the structure of the language, how the language builds on itself, and a large amount of the vocabulary, the nouns, the verbs necessary to form simple conversation and understanding. It's very, very elementary, but I want you to go ahead and add Syocton to your list of languages.
Dope.
She agrees.
Evil. Just staring at me.
What
How
did
do
you
you spell Syocton?
Syoktan.
Cats are so loud.
Sarah's like, "Fuck you up."
Mm-hmm. Have you never seen my 100?
I've heard.
I need to
ball.
find it. Yeah.
It's just a ball.
Just
There's a
ball.
series of events that take you on your way here, traveling towards the northern city in which your destination reaches. In the morning time, your first step begins with finding a river running northwards. You guys follow the sound of the rushing water, and it's this expanded river that runs parallel with the coast. You learn from many of the villages on your travels up northward of the connection, the city that runs right above it, this river that feeds into it and fuels it and allows it to operate. You travel, follow the river, at times using it as for advantageous purposes. People help you on your trek northwards. And sure enough, by the next day, you round over a hillside that seems to be a piece of earth that has been sliced off. Like a cliffside that basically just kind of ends like a road leading off a cliff to the end of the world. On the other side of this cliffside, you see a massive crescent-shaped city. Welcome to New Atlanta. We're gonna end there.
I really don't like that Sue calls Cloudman a dark man.
It's because of that's his skin tone.
Oh, okay. I thought. Well, I mean, I know.
Cyoctans are
Okay,
relatively red.
I knew that he was I knew that he was darker skinned, but like.
No, that's what she's referencing.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I was like.
He a tan bitch.
Okay.
Okay. We had a little bit of everything in that one.
Yeah, that was
was
intense.
a little bit of everything in that session.
That was a good session.
Shoot. All right.
I am bed.
You are bad.
friends.
I am bad.
I mean, you gotta drive.